For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. And this.
Welcome inside the Burns Arena. It's time to play some basketball. Trailblazers hosting the Cowboys in Mexico Highlands. Dixie State, the 2 seed. Mexico Highlands, the 7 seed. Time to give you some starting lineups before we get this thing tipped off and underway. Of course, Mike, this is an RMAC tournament game. We're hosting. Dixie State is hosting here tonight, but they try to keep it as neutral as possible. They asked the PA announcer to be a little bit more neutral. There won't be any extra stuff on the video board, so we don't have as much time. So let's jump right into this thing and give you some starting lineups. First for the Cowboys, 19-9, 14-8 in the RMAC this season. They will start at 6'3" redshirt junior guard Raquan Mitchell, 19.5 points per game, transferred from Colorado State. They start at 6'2" sophomore guard from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Desmond Carpenter, averaging about 6 points per game. He's the only guy in the starting 5, Mike, that was not either a D1 transfer or a junior college transfer. Cowboys will now start 6'4" senior guard Jared Davis from Las Vegas, Nevada, Northern Colorado transfer. A 6'6" senior guard forward combo Jordan Jones from Albuquerque, New Mexico, transferred from Otero Junior College. He averaged about 12.4 points per game. Should have mentioned Jared Davis, the leading scorer of this team, number 3 in the RMAC at 20.8 points per game. And then the big man down low, 6'7", 238-pound senior forward Nnamdi Okoro from Lagos, Nigeria, and New Mexico Junior College getting the start tonight. Cowboys led by head coach Craig Snow, 5th season at the helm, 64 wins, 75 losses. Now for the Dixie State Trailblazers, they varied for the senior night game the other night. They're back to the normal starting 5 that has been a big part of this win streak, and they go like this. Jack Pagankoff, Zach Frampton, Andre Wilson, Matt Conway, and the big man Julian Decree. By the way, congratulations are in order. Co-Defensive Player of the Year, and I think it's deserving. Very well deserved by Julian Decree.
Absolutely. That's a great honor for him, and there were a few other Trailblazers that picked up some awards as well, but great for Julian Decree to earn that award. Co-Defensive Player of the Year is a great honor.
Dixie State, New Mexico Highlands, set to do battle inside the Burns Arena, and already referees are concerned. Was it the LED light? The
time on the clock.
Time on the clock. I think they're testing. I think what they're testing is the LED light on the square around this south basket. There's been some issues with it from time to time throughout the season. Coach Shutton's going to walk over and say it's a simple thing. You just got to get up there and plug it in. But that gives us a few extra minutes to break this thing down. Dixie State will be in the home whites. Mexico Highlands will be in the road purples. They wore the grays on the road a couple months ago in December, and I think they thought we're not bringing those to St. George again. We're going to bring something different. We're going to bring the road purples. Hey, now I could dunk it on that hoop. Yeah. Now we got that thing's about 3 feet off the ground, and Coach he knows right where to go. Yeah, he's going to go and plug it in, and it's going to turn on.
You just start it,
and it's running at 5 and 4. They're testing the LED light. It's going to work. I guarantee it's going to. Ta-da! I've had that conversation with him before. It's a simple thing that gets unplugged. That all you got to do is pop it back in there, and he knew right what to do. He walked over there.
Does it all in Burns Arena.
I mean, is this his? Well, not his facility. I shouldn't say that.
His house.
This is Juddy's house.
Nobody touches his shot clock but him.
Yeah, that's why he went over there and did it. Wasn't an assistant. No, Mike Foster here probably could have walked over and just reached up on his own. But let's play some basketball. Julian Decree going to jump in for the Trailblazers. It'll be Nnamdi Okoro jumping it for the Cowboys. Tap is up. Julian going to win it. Did he tap it too far? No. Pagenkopf able to save it in. A little bit excited.
Yep.
RMAC tournament basketball underway inside the Burns. Pagenkopf and Dixie State with the first possession of this one. Andre Wilson holding left wing. Will bounce to Conway, left elbow. Conway puts it on the floor. Trapped. Finds Dupree, back at the left elbow, 10 to shoot. Got to do something with it. Over to Pagenkopf with 7 to shoot, right wing. Gets the screen with 5, with 4 to Wilson, left corner. Fires up a contested look off the side of the backboard. Shot clock violation. Coach Judkins wanted a foul, saying that Andre Wilson's arm got hit. I couldn't see it. And down in that left corner, it was out of my view.
Well, Dixie got a chance there to see how New Mexico Highlands is going to defend their ball screens very early. So the shot clock, anytime you get a late shot clock early in the game, that's a good thing for coaches to start being able to understand what adjustments need to be made.
Cowboys the other way into the corner. Here's Davis. Davis to Jones. Jones, one more pass to Okoro, trying to whip it around. Back to Jones, but it goes off of Conway and out of bounds. Dixie State will give it back, but just 11 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 19:07 remaining here in the first. The lob to Davis with 10. Davis to the right. Goes in to Julian Dupree. Can't get it to go. Conway cleans up the board. Here comes Dixie State. We are scoreless through 1 minute. Here inside the Burns. And Andre Wilson going to get called for an offensive foul, running over Jared Davis.
Jared Davis doing a very good job of getting in position. These guys have played before, and you can see Jared Davis jumping out right on that ball screen, jumping out and getting his feet set and picking up the charge.
Still scoreless, 18:50 to go in the first. Welcome you inside the broadcast if you're just joining us. I'm Carrick Segmiller, the coach Mike Olson, along for the ride with me tonight. Highlands will set it up. Here's Carpenter. Three-point land straight away to Davis. Davis puts the ball on the floor, loses, regains, has Jones in the corner, gets it to him, 8 to shoot. Jones back to Davis, right corner with 4. Accelerates into the paint, left-hand finger roll with 2. No, offensive rebound Okoro, and he's fouled on the putback. And are they going to get Wilson? No, it's going to be Frampton trying to come from the help side. He picks up his first second team foul.
We saw Julian Dupree go in and try to get that block shot, left his feet, tried to block Okoro's shot, which allowed him to come and get the rebound. So great offensive rebound. A few guys fighting for it, but he's very strong, very good with his upper body and able to control the ball and get it back up.
Well, when Jared Davis fell, it was a good screen. It wasn't anything intentional, but he fell right between Okoro and Julian Dupree. Okoro going to make the first free throw. He's a 64% free throw shooter on the season, now 49 of 76 from the stripe, and now somebody on the board, 1-0, Cowboys. Okoro will make them both. Every possession, every free throw going to matter tonight. Dixie State nearly turns it over. Jared Davis got a touch to it and then flew into the Dixie State bench trying to save it in. The New Mexico Highlands going full court pressure after the made free throws, and Frampton tried to force in a half-court pass, just wasn't there. Inbound pass to Pagenkopf, back to Frampton, and still got to get it across the timeline. They'll bounce ahead to Andre Wilson. Andre to Conway, one dribble, right-hand floater. Might have been blocked, but it goes right to Dupree, and he scores it. We're tied at 2.
Great offensive rebound by Julian Dupree, and right away, New Mexico Highlands is going to test Dixie State. They remember that they had 24 turnovers the last time they played. They're going to test those ball handlers a little bit, give them some pressure.
And props to Dupree for sticking with that rebound because it was blocked by Okoro. Davis inside will run over Julian Dupree. No call, but Dixie State will pick up a loose ball. Frampton fakes a pass to Conway and lays it up and in with the right hand. 4-2 Dixie State lead.
Heads up move by Frampton to fake the pass, keep it, and be able to score. Great point guard. Frampton, a solid move in transition.
17:30 remaining in the first. Dixie State its first lead. Carpenter zigging and zagging into the lane now to Jones. Right corner 3 up and in. Here we go. First 3 attempt finds its way through the bucket. 5-4 New Mexico Highlands.
Watched him in warm-ups. He made 4 in a row from that exact spot. He loves that side of the floor.
Pagenkopf will bounce it inside. Dupree can't get it to go. He's bumped. 2 free throws coming. The foul will go against Okoro. His first, the first call against the Cowboys.
Coach Judkins getting Julian Dupree's attention and telling him, hey, just dunk that. And he gave him a look like, Not as easy as it looks, Coach. Okoro's a big guy, and he's strong. He's not
Well, what he might be thinking is, Coach, that's the first time you've told me that all year.
caught off guard, yeah.
2 free throws coming for Dupree. First one will rattle through. Game tied at 5. Quincy Matthews will check in for Andre Wilson. Is this a regular rotation sub, or is this Coach Judkins maybe looking for something defensively? What do you think?
I think Andre's a little bit tired. The last possession, he was pulling his jersey a little bit, so I think just attempt to keep guys fresh. Remember, they played Friday night, and it's quick turnaround, so guys may get a little bit winded tonight on both sides.
Absolutely. Good stuff for Mike Olson. We're tied at 5. Dupree split the free throws. Dixie State a steal. Hands off to Frampton. Inside Quincy Matthews will get inside. That looked like his arm was hit on that layup. No whistle. They're letting him play. We're tied at 5. 16:44 to go on the first. Mitchell, baseline left. Cut off by Dupree. Dribbles all the way back around and then leaves for Okoro, and he'll flush it with 2 hands. That was a crafty little play there.
Great look by the point guard. He knew Okoro would be there. He just had to trust it, and Okoro flashed at the right time.
Okoro with 4, and it's a 7-5 New Mexico Highlands lead with 16:20 to go in the first. Paganikoff to Frampton. Right wing. Double team comes. Tries to dribble out of it. Jones hits the deck. They'll swing it to Dupree. Free throw line, he traveled.
New Mexico Highlands doing a very good job on Dixie's ball strings. That time they doubled. And, you know, the guy that set the screen, Conway in that case, he popped and he was open, but great job rotating. New Mexico Highlands doing a very good job of rotating very quickly. And that caused some problems. So very early in this game, how New Mexico Highlands is defending ball screens has made a difference in how Dixie runs their offense.
DJ Bustos into the game for the Cowboys, as well as Adrian LaFleur. LaFleur, left corner, traveled. Turns it over. Good double team by Dixie State. Now, Trailblazers will reach to the bench as well. Dub Price is going to check in. And that will bring us to the under 16 media. 15:45 to go. New Mexico Highlands 7, Dixie State 5. It's everything we thought it would be and more through the first few minutes of this game. Stick with us. We've got a great one inside the Burns. Back in 60 on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. Dixie State trailing at 7-5, 15:45 remaining here in the first half. Trailblazers will have the possession. Quick stat check for you. Dixie State at this point, 50% from the field, 2 of 4. Mexico Highlands, 2 of 5. One of those field goals is a three-point shot. That's a difference. Mitchell going to steal it and lay it up and in. Stole it from Frampton after the inbounds pass and laid it in. 2 points for Mitchell. Full court pressure is getting to the Trailblazers. And now Mitchell going to get called for a foul as he knocks Paganikoff over at half court.
Now this press causing a little bit of problems for Dixie State. They committed their 4th turnover here in not even 5 minutes. You know, if they can handle that pressure, you know, as soon as you start turning it over a few times, now New Mexico Highlands is going to start gambling a little bit. They're going to start taking some chances, knowing that Dixie may be prone to turning it over. So it's important that they break this press early, get into their stuff, and then execute their offense.
Here's Paganikoff with Dixie State trailing 9-5, 15-15 remaining in the first. Finds Frampton in the corner, back to Paganikoff. The angle left side, looking into Conway, can't get it to him. Instead, it's Frampton driving baseline left, kicking out to Paganikoff, left wing 3 is short. Ball tapped around. Who's got it? It's LaFleur in New Mexico Highlands. Pass ahead to Davis. Davis to Jones, and he'll scoop it up. Missed it. A good look. But he was off balance. Dixie State quickly the other way. Frampton loses, regains, and it's taken away. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell will drive in, hang, and hit. Timeout, Dixie State. 4 points for Raquan Mitchell, and it's an 11-5 Cowboys lead. What did you say that lead was? Last time these two teams played inside the Burns Arena? 12-5 at about this same time. So the Trailblazers are going to be hoping for that. But Mexico Highlands, credit them. We'll keep it right here during the timeout. But credit the Cowboys. They've come in here with a game plan. They're focused. They're scoring at will. They came in prepared with a full court press, and everything that they're dialing up with Coach Snow's guidance is working so far.
That's right. You know, we mentioned that Dixie had 24 turnovers the first time they played. So watching that on film, probably identifying that, you know, that may have been a weak spot, but you know, Dixie really hasn't got into their press breaker yet. They haven't had a chance to really get into a press breaker. That initial trap has caused some problems, and then they've got to get back. Dixie has to get back. We talked about transition defense being important and key for tonight. That time just didn't get back in time. Those two guards have got to stop the ball about half court and just slow them down in transition.
Dixie State going to get it across the timeline. Highlands kind of backed off that time. Trailblazers will set it up. D-Lo goes straight away, 20 to shoot over to Quincy, right wing. Quincy looking inside, nothing there. Instead to Dub. Dub swing to Pagankoff, finds Quincy. Matthews lays it up and in with the left hand.
Perfect possessions. It's exactly what we just talked about. They broke the press very easily. They got into their stuff. They were patient, set some screens, and execute their offense.
11-7. Cowboys lead it. 14-10 remaining. Just what you want to see after a timeout. You drop a play and you execute it. Davis drives inside, kick to the corner. Bustos, fadeaway three, rims out. Dixie State the rebound. Pagankoff across the timeline ahead to Dub Price. Dub driving inside, he'll spin and lay it up and in. Spin cycle layup for Dub Price. Dixie State within two.
Good move there by Dub Price. And Dixie's pushing the tempo a little bit. They're not sitting back being hesitant. They're pushing the tempo and it's working.
Quick 4-0 spurt for the Trailblazers. Decree up off the bench. Wade Miller will also check in on the next whistle. Here's Carpenter for the Cowboys. Crossing over to his right, 10 to shoot, finds Davis. Davis to the left side, Mitchell. Mitchell, jump step, travel. A little too much of a jump step. Turns it over, Dixie State gets it back and now has a chance to tie or take the lead.
It's been 6.5 minutes of up-tempo basketball, that's for sure. The guard line for the Mexico Highlands is doing exactly what they do. They're pressing, they're pushing the tempo, they're getting the shots. What I'm surprised at, Carrick, is here we are, 6 minutes into this game, and New Mexico Highlands only attempting 2 3-pointers.
Yes.
It shows you that they're able to get things in transition very early.
So Price, a team that averages about 30 3-point attempts per game. Dub driving baseline right. We'll leave it for Julian Decree. Taps it back to Dub. 10-foot jumper, no. Dixie State is steal. Pagankoff will scoop it up, leaves for Decree, and gets it to go and one. Game tied at 11. Trailblazers have a chance to take the lead on a Julian Decree free throw. It was a broken play, but you'll take it.
That's right. Good hands there by Julian Decree. Going up against Okoro, he's strong. He can block some shots. Very good job of keeping the ball high and attacking the rim.
5 points for Julian Decree. Okoro called for the foul, his first. LaFleur was called for the foul, his first. Julian makes the free throw. He's got 6, and Dixie State back up on top, 12-11. 7-0 run to take the lead with 12:48 to go, and just like that, a whole new ball game. Jason Youngblood off the bench for Dixie State. Mitchell will drive inside, and he runs over. They're going to call a block against Decree. Mitchell hit the floor hard. I hope he's okay. The question was, where were his feet when the contact was made? Was Decree's feet in the restricted area? Because the arguments are kind of a moot point if they were. We're going to see it here. No, I don't know. The Boo Birds are coming out, but I don't know if you saw what I saw, Mike. And if we run it again, he was set and then slid that right foot right as the contact started. Did you see that too?
Yeah, well, he's outside of the circle.
Yeah.
Definitely outside of the circle. So if he's outside of the circle, the official's got to be thinking that he was not set.
Yeah.
So whoever made the call is going
See what? She's set, and then he's moving again right as the contact
last
happens.
second. Yep, good
And
eyes.
so I think that's a great call by the official. The Boo Birds are coming out inside the Burns. But I think that call's spot on. Don't hate me for that, Julian.
Well, and Mitchell's lucky. He's able to get his balance, but he got up there pretty high, and
Yes,
he was
he
going
did.
almost like a full front flip. There's a lot of contact, and he's athletic, and as high as he can get up in the air, he's lucky that he didn't get hurt.
He splits the free throws, and we're tied at 12. 12:36 to go. Press breaker ahead to Dub Price. Will bounce to Julian. Off the window and in.
Yep, that's
With a little flex afterward.
Yep,
14-12 Dixie State.
they've got to keep breaking that press, and then Mexico Highlands will be forced to step out of it.
LaFleur jumps a quick three straight away, but it bounces right to Jared Davis, and he runs over Andre Wilson. Offensive foul against Jared Davis, picks up his first, and now Andre Wilson is down under the New Mexico Highlands basket. Kind of arching his back a little bit as he's on the ground. Not sure. Maybe they knocked knees.
Hey, he took that straight in the chest, maybe knocked the
Yeah,
wind out
knocked
of
the
him.
wind out of him. So Andre Wilson, after drawing the charge, will check out under his own power. Quincy Matthews back in. Let's reset the floor for both sides. For Dixie State, it's Miller, Price, Matthews, Youngblood, and Dupree. We'll give you the New Mexico Highlands players here in just a minute. As Dixie State tries to break the press again, they get it across. Dub Price, 15-foot jumper, too strong. Jordan Jones, the rebound for the Cowboys. Let's reset the Cowboys. Jones, Davis, Domina Lovato into the game. The 7-footer Bolos in the game, and LaFleur. Speaking of LaFleur, right wing, bounces to Davis in the right corner. Double team, skip past to Jones. Jones holding with 12 to shoot. Back to Davis, right wing. Davis, path cut off by Dub Price. Down to 8 to shoot. LaFleur, step back three, straight away. Rims out, Quincy Matthews the rebound. Here come the Trailblazers. We're under 12, media timeout coming next whistle. Trailblazers lead at 14-12. Price thought about a three, instead drives inside. Is stripped out of its hand by LaFleur. And here come the Cowboys. Ahead to Jones. Wide open three, left wing. No. Leaves it short. Dason Youngblood the rebound. Up and down we go. Back and forth. Quincy 17-foot jumper and one. Just inside the arc. LaFleur trailing the play. Bumped the arm of Quincy Matthews as he buried the jumper.
You can see Quincy doing a good job in transition. That 1-2 step right into his shot straight up, and LaFleur was trying hard to get back and caught him on the arm in transition.
Dixie State 16, New Mexico Highlands 12 with 11:13 to go. It's the under 12 media timeout. Let's send it over to Kylie Young, the third member of our crew, with our sideline report.
Yeah, Cowboys starting with a tough press here, but Coach Judkin's happy with what his team's doing to break the press. However, he wants them to keep attacking as soon as they get across the half-court line, attack their way to the basket, find their way to the rim.
Appreciate it, Kylie. Dixie State is 16-12 lead. Let's step away. 30-second timeout, just a 30. Come right back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Score updates with 4:34 to go in the second half. Colorado Mesa 60, Black Hill State 60.
11-1 run for Dixie State to take a 16-12 lead. It was 11-5 not too long ago, and now Dixie State a 16-12 lead. Quincy Matthews knocks down the free throw, three-point play, and a 5-point lead for Dixie State. Mike?
Yeah, doing a very good job now to control that run. You talk about that 11-5 lead. Dixie did a good job of making a few adjustments and getting back into this game. They've done it with taking care of the ball and rebounding.
Cowboys with it, and Bustos just threw it right off the noggin of head coach John Junkins.
Can't wait to. Can't wait.
Sorry,
Tonight I have to let him know he was not shot ready. He was not ready to receive that pass.
Dason Youngblood is bumped in the course of the press breaker. The foul will go against Raquan Mitchell, his second. 16th foul against the Mexico Highlands. Mitchell, who had just checked back into the game, goes right back to the bench with 2 fouls. Jordan Jones in. Dason Youngblood able to break the press, bounces to Quincy, catches in. No, it rains out. All the way around and out. Wow. Dixie State a 17-12 lead, 10:40 to go. Jones right corner for the Cowboys. Drives baseline right, goes up high, shot denied by Julian Decree. Your co-defensive player of the year inside the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference.
You know, Jones shooting about 50% from the field for the season. Not seeing that tonight, just not getting that shot to fall.
Jones over to Davis, left wing 3, and he splashes it home. Jared Davis, that's his first bucket of the night. 17-15 Dixie State lead. 10:19 to go. Trailblazers have got to get it over the timeline. Throw it ahead to Quincy, and he loses. Turnover.
You know, we're seeing very similar things from last game. Dixie not able to take care of the ball like they want to. I mean, very early in this game, turnovers are different. You give New Mexico Highlands extra possessions that are going to make you pay. Dixie having 7 turnovers here in 10 minutes.
17-15. Dixie State a 2-point lead, but Highlands can tie or take the lead with a 3 in this possession. Jones has it stolen away by Matt Conway. There's a name we haven't called much tonight. Love to see him get going. Over to Quincy. Pagan-Koff, Conway, left wing 3. No, it's off the left side. You could tell that right from the start. Gets his own rebound on the tap from Duke Cree, but it's stolen away by Carpenter. Here come the Cowboys. Ahead to Jones, and he'll lay it up and in, and one in transition. Who are they going to get reaching in? Quincy was there. Youngblood was there. It's going to be Quincy.
They're quick with the ball. You get the ball in their hands in transition. They'll move real fast. So, you know, Dixie's got it, that transition. You can see it's just 1 or 2 passes, and Jones in for that and one layup. You know, on the night, Jones 2 for 5, 1 for 2 from the 3-point line. 10 minutes, he's played the entire game.
Try to complete the 3-point play. He does. He's got 6 to lead the Cowboys. And it's an 18-17 Cowboys lead. Dason Youngblood just threw that one right to Desmond Carpenter. Carpenter maybe surprised, lost it out of bounds. Trailblazers still have it.
I'll tell you where they're really good in this press is they're reading their eyes. So a few ball fakes for Dixie. Face up and make a few ball fakes will really cause some problems and open up some passing lanes.
Youngblood across the timeline, over to Conway, weaving his way into the lane, missed it. Dupree can't quite get the rebound. Here come the Cowboys with an 18-17 lead. 9:24 to go. Davis out to Carpenter. Carpenter crossing over to his left. Bounces over to Bustos. Now to Davis with 13 to shoot. 3-point land straight away, they'll reset. Davis will, no, faked a 3. To Jones is going to reverse it, missed it, and tapped out of bounds to Dixie State. A lot going on that play. They tried to bounce a pass to Okoro, and he was clearing out. He had set his screen, and he was rolling. He was out of there. But Jordan Jones, cutting from the left corner, said, okay, I'll pick it up, and almost made a layup.
Yeah, Okoro not used to getting a bounce pass like that. He's a big guy, wants the ball high and not expecting the bounce pass, but it worked out great for Jones.
18-17, Cowboy lead. 9 minutes to go here in the first. Been back and forth. Quincy across the timeline, loses, regains, but this pressure really getting to the Trailblazers. And they're going to say Quincy lost it out of bounds. Domina Lovato reached in there, slapped the ball away. They say it went off the leg of Quincy Matthews. Another turnover.
Quick update, Mesa State trailing Black Hill State 63-60 with 4:16 to go in the second half. That one's tight.
Cowboys will set it up. Here's Davis. Kicks it out. They'll swing it to the corner. Carpenter left corner 3. Conway there to clean it up. Shot was a little bit too strong. Outlet pass to Pagan-Koff. Pagan-Koff whips it to Bubba Miller, left corner, and up and over the top of the bucket. A little bit excited for his first attempt. Here come the Cowboys. Skip past to LaFleur. He'll step into a 3, left wing. He hits it, and he's fouled by Quincy Matthews, closing out an opportunity for a 4-point play.
LaFleur being smart right there, knowing and anticipating the contact. Whether he did or not, you see Quincy come out and close out. He left his feet, and as soon as he left his feet, Quincy got him down low. It was clean up top. It was clean at the waist, but he got him down with his leg area. He didn't. As soon as he left his feet, LaFleur knew he had to make it look like there was contact and sell it, and there was contact, so it helped his cause.
Yeah. 21-17, Cowboys lead it. LaFleur will make the free throw. He's got 4, completes the 4-point play, and Dixie State trailing by 5. Back and forth we go. Miller to Pagankoff. Pagankoff, D-logo straight away, 15 to shoot. Trailblazers looking for a bucket. Conway, right elbow, tipped out of his hands by LaFleur, but right into the hands of Andre Wilson. Bounces back into Conway, and they say the shot was blocked, or they call it a foul. Shot was blocked out of bounds. Dixie State will maintain.
We see Conway attacking Okoro straight up, going after it. He's able to get his hands on the ball. 7 seconds on the shot clock will force Dixie to be very precise on what they do with this out-of-bounds play.
7:52 to go. Dixie State trailing 22-17. Don't want to miss into the action, so let's just take a 30-second timeout, come right back to the Burns on the Trailblazer Basketball Network. Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. 10-0 run for the Cowboys after Dixie State used an 11-1 run. Teams trading runs. That's basketball. It's a game of runs, but what's been different over the last couple of minutes, Mike, than during Dixie State's 11-1 run?
Well, I think it's been number one for New Mexico Highlands. Their transition defense is or transition offense is what is getting them the lead. Dixie's not getting back. When you look at those shots, they are really pushing the ball in transition. Dixie's not crashing the offensive boards like they normally do. And New Mexico Highlands is taking that defensive rebound and running with it.
Pagankoff will lob into Dupree. 5 to shoot, back to Jack with 4 to shoot. And 3, bounces to Conway, fumbles, floats it, it's blocked. Shot clock violation. Boy, Conway. No room to breathe inside. He had a split second, fumbled the pass just for a minute. As soon as he did that, Okoro and company were there to disrupt the shot.
They'll smother you. You get down there like that, and you put the ball low, you keep it right at your waist. They're going to smother it and slap at it and grab at it and try to create a turnover. That time they got a block shot.
LaFleur into the corner, Bustos. Back to LaFleur, holding on the right wing. Bounces to Jordan Jones. Jones with 10 to shoot, back to LaFleur, and he'll set up a new play. Calling for a screen from Okoro. Okoro going to pick and roll. Can they get it to him? Yes. Pump fake off the window. Missed it. Own rebound, scores it. Second chance point. Okoro with 6, and a 7-point Highlands lead. 24-17. Wade Miller ahead to Andre Wilson. Andre will keep it himself. Shot blocked. No, a foul. Jared Davis going to pick up the foul, his second.
Andre doing a very good job of looking the defender off and keeping it. That's a smart play. I think they were anticipating a pass. You can see that heads-up play by Miller to get it to him. He looked the defender off and came in with the right hand. And they're definitely contesting the rim. Anything close in the key, New Mexico Highlands is making Dixie pay for it. They're making them earn it, and they're making them be very physical and aggressive.
Wilson misses the first free throw. Dub Price will check back in. Matt Conway going to check out. Zach Frampton and Wade Miller going to swap places on the court. 24-17. Dixie State trails by 7. 7:01 to go. Wilson. First free throw. Or second free throw, excuse me. Up and in. He's on the board with 1. Dixie State within 6. 24-18. Dixie State needs a couple of stops here. Mitchell to LaFleur. LaFleur skip pass into the left corner. Jones to Carpenter. Carpenter kicks to the right corner. Raquan Mitchell, three on the way. No. Andre Wilson the rebound. Wilson surveying his options. Pushes it across the timeline. Off the window. Yes! Leaned into a core. A little bit of contact. No whistle. Tough shot for Andre Wilson. He gets it to go.
Good job of absorbing the contact. Andre coming back into the game. Lost his breath a little bit and had to sit down for a little bit. But really making an impact here early in the game. He's doing a very good job for Dixie as the point guard, controlling that tempo and keeping him in their stuff and doing exactly what Coach Judkins needs him to do.
24-20, Dixie State. Trailing by 4, 6:15 to go. LaFleur backing up with 10 to shoot. Holds on the right wing, steps into a 3 right wing, and he parries it. Adrian LaFleur knocks it in, and it's a 7-point lead again. Andre Wilson the other way. Euro step, shot is blocked, and here come the Cowboys. Mitchell in transition, off the window and in.
That's another transition bucket there. You know, Dixie not quite getting back, and Highlands making them pay for it.
Paganikoff across the timeline, whips it to Wilson. Pump fake, now steps into a left wing 3, missed it. Too much on it. Mitchell the rebound. 29-20, Mitchell will leave for Jones, left corner 3, no. Wilson gonna get called for a foul, holding Carpenter under the basket.
You know, he was blocking him off. Andre trying to block him off. You can see that he was trying to. But you see right here in this play right here, transition, right? I mean, that ball went from one end of the court to the other end of the court with very little. Nobody was there to contest it or slow it down. And these guards are quick, but they've got to get back and stop it, slow it down, because transition has been the key for New Mexico Highlands.
Lob in, swinging it to Bustos, left corner 3, and he hits. Dixie State's in some trouble. Dixie State gonna take a timeout. 32-20. Dixie State trails by 12 with 5:21 to go until halftime. It's a 30-second timeout. We're gonna take it. We'll be back right after this on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
we discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things,
but they're all pure love.
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. Dixie State trailing at 32-20. Conway has his shot blocked out of bounds. It's a 20-4 run over the last 5:54 for the Cowboys, after Dixie State built that 5-point lead at 17-12. Dub Price gets one to go off the window. Tough shot. He banks it in. Sometimes that's what it takes to get things turned around. Trailblazers will try to make a run and trim this thing to something manageable. Bustos for 3, right corner, and he knocks it in. So many three-point shooters on this New Mexico Highlands team. Youngblood inside Conway. Shot is blocked out to Wade Miller. Trailblazers with it still. The Frampton. Top of the key, Youngblood. And he threw it away from Wade Miller. Turnover. Dixie State team all out of sorts.
They're just not. They haven't found the rhythm, and you can see that they're trying to find it. What they need right now is a leader. They need somebody on the floor that's going to step up, grab each other, and just get things going, because they're right now they're trying. They're pressing too much. They're forcing things, and they're not doing the things that got them to this point as a 2 seed in the tournament.
Mitchell. Back to Davis. He'll drive inside and lay it up and in uncontested. 5 points for Jared Davis, and it's a 15-point lead. Frampton will bounce into Dub Price. Price will leave for Conway. Shot is blocked. Foul against Davis. His third. Conway will go to the line.
You know, when you look at this momentum here, they've got to find a way to take it back. You know, at this point, you know, when you see that momentum slip, you've got to regroup, and you've got to find a way to get that momentum. This is a great way to do it. Go to the free throw line, start hitting some of these free throws, and start building back one shot at a time.
Conway's first point of the night cuts the lead to 37-23 as he makes the first free throw. Nnamdi Okoro will check back in for the Cowboys. Conway bends the knees, missed the second free throw, too strong. Okoro the rebound. 37-23, Dixie State trailing by 14. Carpenter kicks to Mitchell, deep three, left side. No, Dub Price the rebound. Outlet to Youngblood. Let's see if Dixie State can answer here. Youngblood in transition will float it and score it.
That's good. You know, we saw Dixie go on a run last game in December when Jared Davis picked up his third foul. Dixie rattled off a 36-17 run. That may be the case now.
Mitchell inside, leaves for Jones. Thought about driving baseline left, instead back to Mitchell, and Mitchell is held by Youngblood. That'll bring us to the under 4 media timeout. Mitchell will be shooting 1-1 after the timeout. Dixie State trailing 37-25. We'll take the 60-second timeout, come right back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look.
With 5 seconds to go in the game, Colorado has 67.
3:28 to go. Dixie State trailing 37-25. And the Cowboys in control of this one, but Dixie State will try to put something together before the half. Try to go in trailing just by single digits. Raquan Mitchell might have something to say with that, though. He's got a 1-1. Makes the first, he'll get one more. We'll catch up during the halftime report with all the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference scores throughout the evening. Mitchell splits the free throws, makes the first, misses the second. Julian Decree the rebound. Dixie State needs some points and quick. Youngblood backs it up. D-Lo goes straight away. Frampton and Wade Miller crash into each other as they cut through the lane. Frampton will catch it right corner. Top of the key, Dub Price. Steps into a right elbow jumper. Leaves it short. Mexico Highlands the rebound. Carpenter to Bustos. Jordan Jones, right corner three. In and out. Zach Frampton the rebound. Frampton will leave it for Dub Price. And an offensive foul on on Julian Decree inside.
As you can see, Frampton comes down looking for the handoff, and Okoro just met Julian Decree right in front of the basket, and Julian didn't stop. You know, as soon as there was contact, you know, he just kept going, and that's where the official whistled it. But Julian's got to find a way to get back in this game. Good start. You know, I believe he's still their leading scorer
with 8.
He's got 8 points. He's their leading scorer. He's got to find a way, to stay in the game because they need him.
Cameron Chatwin will check in. Can he be a spark plug off the bench? We've seen him make a big impact in games before this season. What can he do here? Bustos for three, right wing. No. And Dixie State going to get it back. Ball is out of bounds. Boy, Okoro slammed into the standard. And he's kind of looking at the referee saying, I don't just end up under the basket. Either way, Dixie State will get it back. Youngblood across the timeline with 2:20 to play. Dixie State trails by 13. Wade Miller is fouled, and that'll be 1 and 1. If you're Dixie State, that's the guy you want to see at the free throw line. It's Bustos.
Dixie doing a good job of not panicking. You know, they got back into this game. You see Wade Miller right there on a nice little curl screen. You know, New Mexico Highlands was looking for a knockout punch. They were getting a lot of transition buckets, but now they've really started to shoot a lot of threes. They're 6 for 16. They're not hitting those threes. Dixie's getting the rebounds. They're coming down and executing their offense. So
Wade will miss the front end of the 1 and 1. He's a 90% free throw shooter. I was told before the game, don't say anything that's going to jinx anything. Okoro has it. And Zach Frampton has hit the deck. I'm not sure what happened to Frampton. Did he get elbowed in the face? Dixie State with it. Wade Miller the rebound. Did he take an elbow?
He got hit pretty hard right in the head. And Frampton got hit. You know, he's still struggling. They threw him the ball to bring up, and he just gave it right back. Didn't want anything to do with the ball right now. He's definitely needs some help.
Price traveled.
Love to get a look at that. You see Okoro coming for the ball right here. Met Frampton, and elbow caught him on the way down.
Elbow caught him on the way down. Nothing intentional.
Nope. A lot of contact there, you know.
Can't give you one final. Black Hill State 73-70 over Colorado Mesa. Regis leading Colorado Springs 74-70 with 2:23 to go. 1:34 to go. Dixie State's in some trouble, trailing at 38-25. You mentioned that Mexico Highlands kind of gone away from that transition game. They're settling for threes. Problem is Dixie State, they're not taking advantage. They're turning it over offensively. They can't get anything going. I've not seen this Dixie State team look this flustered and out of sorts since, I don't know, let's go back to maybe the Chadron State game on January 12th. That last game they lost before the 13-game win streak.
Well, I'll tell you that the one thing is Dixie is yet to hit an outside shot. 0 for 4 from downtown, and you know they use that three-point line a lot. They'll definitely look to hit some threes, and they have not yet hit or connected on a three-point shot.
Referees are going to take a look, Mike, at the elbow, which, as we saw in the replay, incidental. I'd be surprised if anything comes of it. We see it right here as they're reaching for it. It's loose, 50-50 ball, both going for it. He's got it, comes down. I mean, it's not, at least how I see it, it's not.
Well, is it a basketball move? Is he making a basketball move? And you know, you can see he's got both hands on the ball. The ball's above his head. Frampton gets in there, you know, and on the way down.
Ooh. That angle looked a little more fishy.
From the other side, that's you know, Coach Judkins definitely stating his opinion, and the crowd holding theirs. They're going to bring a third official in to look at it.
Dixie State trailing at 38-25 with 1:34 remaining here in the first half. It'll give us some time to, I mean, you still see Frampton, you know, whether or not anything comes of it, one thing's for sure, I think they're gonna walk Zach back to the training room. You saw as he came back up the floor the other way, he wanted nothing to do with having to run the break.
No, and you can still, he's still a little bit foggy.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of contact in that. The elbow caught him right on the temple, just right above his eye, just caught him. Didn't break the skin, he's not bleeding, but a lot of contact. The officials have had a chance to look at it. Now they'll go at half court. All three of them have had a chance to to look at it. Now they'll get together and talk about what they've seen.
We talk about needing something for Dixie State that could possibly, I don't want to say turn the game necessarily, but, the Trailblazers get a couple free throws out of it, I'm sure, if they decide to go, with a flagrant or anything that way. But
well, flagrant 2, he's ejected.
Yeah.
Right? And that's excessive contact. And the flagrant 1 is just, it's like a technical foul. They're going to talk about, excessive contact that, we're going to have a call right here. Flagrant 1.
Flagrant 1.
So Wade Miller will go shoot. For the Mexico Highlands, they're saying, is that not a basketball move? Was he not just, he didn't do it with malicious intent, just looking at the coach down there, talking to the official. He didn't mean to do it. He's just trying to get the ball and come down with it, but clearly came down with that elbow and caught Frampton right above the eye. It's a tough loss for Dixie State. Frampton having to go back. You don't know if you'll see him again today, but it's unfortunate. We'll have 2 shots in the ball, right?
2 shots and the ball. Foul against Nnamdi Okoro. And like I said, it was one of those that they're going to have Jack Pagenkopf shoot the free throws. It's one of those, it's tough, because it's a tough place to be for the officials, because you have to kind of make that judgment call and say, like you said, was it a basketball move? Was there malicious intent? I don't necessarily think that there was malicious intent, but the way the rule is, as Pagenkopf makes the first free throw, and that's his first point, maybe that gets him going. But the way the rule is, anything above the shoulders with the head, if it's excessive, they have to look at it. They have to take a look, and they deemed that it was the flagrant 1. He misses the second, and Dixie State will not have the possession. The Trailblazers had just turned the ball over.
Yeah, they called it travel
before that. So 38-26, 1:34 to go. If anything, Dixie State gets 1 point out of it, kind of an extended break to sit back, and, maybe they can get a stop and a bucket before the half. Mitchell kicks to the corner. Jones, left corner 3. Yes, he didn't cool off during the timeout at all. 41-26, Dixie State trailing by 15. Pagenkopf has his pass knocked out of bounds. 41-26, Trailblazers trailing by 15.
We can see Jack a little bit frustrated. He missed those 2 free throws and put it behind him and attacking the rim. You'll love to see that. He's not being hesitant. He's not being passive. He's still attacking the rim.
Pagenkopf passes into Dub Price. It's knocked out of bounds. Trailblazers will still have it with 1:12 to play. A lob into Dub Price. 41-26. Dixie State finding itself in a position that it has not been in for quite some time. Cameron Chatwin will jump a 3. No. Dub Price offensive rebound, misses the putback. Taps it again, couldn't get it to go, and the Cowboys will bring it down.
Couple good looks there. Open jumper. Dub had a few chances to tip it in. Just not converting for Dixie State.
We are under a minute. 42 on the game, 15 on the shot. Here's Carpenter for the Cowboys. Domina Lovato leaves for Jones, left corner. Step back 3, blocked by Dub Price into the hands of Dason Youngblood. Youngblood to Wade Miller. Miller to Price, kicking it to Pagenkopf, left corner 3, bang!
First 3 of the game for Dixie State, and that's what they need. 18 seconds to go. You want to finish this half on a high note and get a little bit of momentum and hopefully go in here with a little bit of confidence.
41-29, Dixie State trailing by 12. Game clock down at 5. Carpenter inside, lost it. Wade Miller's got it with 2. Half-court heave. No! That thing was online and hit the back of the iron.
Hit the back of the iron halfway in. That was a great shot there by Wade Miller. Did a good job of getting it off in time.
Of course, we get to look at the Jack Pagankoff 3. Let's toss it over to Kylie Young with head coach John Judkins as they head into the locker room.
Coach, you guys are shooting pretty well, just not quite getting the looks that you wanted. Started getting more towards the end of the half. What do you got to keep going to get those?
Well, their press is kind of causing some problems. We're panicking a little bit about the press. We're not trying to turn it over, but then we're not attacking it. They're double teaming us, and we throw it up, and then we just back it out and let them get back. We got to make them pay for pressing, and we're not doing that. But I think we're a little nervous. Our guys are a little tight. We got to loosen them up. You got to knock down open shots. The last possession was a good one. But they're going to let us back in it. They're going to shoot some crazy stuff. We just got to relax and just play our game.
At one point, they went on a 25-5 run. What's got to change defensively coming back out in the second half?
Again, we shot bad shots, and then we just didn't match up defensively. They're going to shoot a lot of threes. We know that. They're driving and kicking, and we got to do a better job of closing out and contesting the threes. And like I said, they'll let us back in.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, Kylie. Thank you, Coach. Dixie State trailing at 41-29 at the half. And, boy, nearly got it under double digits with that Wade Miller half-court heave that I didn't think at first that it had. I thought it was going to be short.
It was flat.
And then it was long.
It was definitely
a line,
flat.
There was no finesse to it, that's for sure. Just a line drive, and that's why it caromed off the back iron. But Dixie State trailing at 41-29 at the half. How about Regis and Colorado Springs duking it out? Regis an 80-78 lead with 5 seconds remaining. We'll update you on all of those scores during the halftime break. But Mike, quick hitter thoughts before we go to break and then break this thing down during the halftime report.
Wow, there's a lot that happened. No question the New Mexico Highlands came to play, and Dixie's got to answer. It's their home floor, first round of the tournament. They've worked hard to get this spot. They've earned the privilege of hosting. Now they just need to take care of business.
Dixie State trailing by 12, 41-29, but 20 more minutes of basketball to be played, far from over. Let's take the 4-minute timeout. We come back with the halftime report on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Hey guys, how are you today?
Good.
I'm here to talk about how with technology you can make amazing worlds. Come with me. My team and I bring the Halo world to life.
Is that you?
That is me. I wasn't a math genius and I knew nothing about coding. But you guys do. You guys have the power to change things.
I want your job.
I want you to have my job.
Roll over. Chance high five.
All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Action!
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3.
Welcome back
FM.
to Burns Arena, where it has been all New Mexico Highlands, where they take a 41-29 lead into the break. This is Mike Olson. I'll be joined by Carrick Segmiller quickly. It has been a tale of two halves here, or two games for Dixie State versus New Mexico Highlands. The first time Dixie going on a run late in the first half. This time New Mexico Highlands said 41-29. They have led just about the entire first half, and it's been an effort by just about all of them, where scoring has been very balanced for New Mexico Highlands. Leading scores, Jones leads New Mexico Highlands with 9, shooting 3 of 10, 2 for 6 from downtown. And Raquan Mitchell, 8 points, 3 for 5, 0 for 2 from the three-point line. Those guards have been tough, Carrick. They've been a tough handle for Dixie offensively, defensively, causing some problems, forcing Dixie to 13 first-half turnovers, and taking those turnovers and converting them into 12 second-chance points off of turnovers. So defense has been solid for New Mexico Highlands. Their offense was starting to click, and Dixie not being able to find a rhythm early in this ball game.
But it's interesting. All the things that New Mexico Highlands is doing well tonight is what they didn't do, didn't do in December.
That's right.
When they're in this building. And Dixie State, the two games started so eerily similarly.
Yeah.
11-5, 12-5 lead, then 11-5 lead this time for New Mexico Highlands. Dixie State makes a run, takes the lead, and you thought, oh, okay, they've got it figured out again. Nope. 20-4 run after that, and then they get on top of the transition stuff that they've been doing. The guards get hot. But you know what? For me, we talk about Raquan Mitchell. He's got 8. We talk about Jared Davis. He's got 5. But Jordan Jones has 9. DJ Bustos came in and hit 2 big threes. He's got 6. LaFleur's hit a couple of threes. He's got 7 right now. And it's, we talked about it in the pregame. It's, trying to limit these guys, but then at the same time, you got to be cognizant of that, that guy on the, the outskirts of the scouting report coming in and having the career night to knock you off and to get the win. And so far, it's been, I don't necessarily want to say it's been Jordan Jones, because Jordan Jones is on the scouting report. You know that. But DJ Bustos has come in and hit the 2 threes. LaFleur's hitting shots. Okoro's got 6 points at this point. There's just other guys that don't always kill you that have stepped up and made big shots. If they don't hit those shots, even with how poorly Dixie State shot the ball in the first half, it's, maybe a 4 or 5 point game right now. But Dixie State just not able to hit those shots. 36% from the field. New Mexico Highlands, 42%. Dixie State out rebounding Mexico Highlands 22-20, but the Cowboys really making use of their possessions that they have.
That's right. I think you hit it right on the head. This is a completely different game than what Dixie experienced the first time they played them. The first time they played them, Dixie dominated the glass, having a 30 rebound advantage. We talked about that in pregame. Tonight, it's only 22-20. Dixie with a 2 rebound advantage. So New Mexico Highlands is really tightened that up and improved on the rebounding. From the free throws, New Mexico Highlands shot 8 for 17 for the game last time. Tonight, already 6 for 8, shooting 75%. It's been a much better effort. It's tough to beat a team twice, and New Mexico Highlands has come in with a lot of confidence. You can't see the confidence on a stat sheet, but you can certainly see that they've came in with a little bit of swagger. That win streak has not intimidated them at all. Burns Arena has had no effect on them, and they've just shown up right now tonight and wanting to advance into this tournament. For Dixie State, Coach Judkins touched on it. You know, the guys are a little bit nervous. You know, the situation is tough to adjust for them, and hopefully he can get them to loosen up and come out and have a better half. When we look at their stats, you know, Dixie State 1 for 7 from the three-point line. You can see some of those jitters. Guys aren't finding their shots. The offense isn't clicking. Shooting, like you said, 36%. You know, it's not the Dixie State team that we've seen win 13 straight.
Trailblazers trailing at 41-29 at the half, and this is the first time Dixie State's ever hosted a conference tournament game. You know, in all the years in the Pac West, the rotation just never got up here to St. George, and that was really because you had Azusa Pacific came into the league. They were not postseason eligible for 3 or 4 years, and so they held the tournament at Azusa Pacific. After that, Concordia Irvine came into the league, and you know they were not postseason eligible for 3 or 4 seasons, and so that was by default where the tournament was last year. California Baptist, now a member of the Division I in the Western Athletic Conference, held the tournament in their brand spanking new CBU Event Center. That place is nice, by the way. And Dixie State won the tournament down there and the regular season title. They're going to have to try to dip into some of that magic. Maybe they've got a water bottle left over from last year. You brought some water back from Riverside in a water bottle. I don't know. They're going to have to dip into something. And I've said all along, and this is just my personal opinion, because Coach Judkins could be right there in the Coach of the Year conversation in any league any year. Yep. And I felt like he could have very well been the Coach of the Year in the RMAC this year, considering how far of a turnaround this team had. That's taking nothing away from Colorado School of Mines. They won the league, so generally by default you win the Coach of the Year when you win the league. But this year has been one of, if not the best coaching job, at least that I've seen, that I can remember of head coach John Judkins, taking this group of guys that really hadn't played together and were not meshing well at the start of the year, and turning it into something that we can all be proud of and excited about this year. Now we're going to see how much of that juice is left in the tank.
Right, and
you're trailing by 12. It's win or go home. You're in a position where, you're number 8 in the region. If you lose tonight, you're not getting in.
No, the good thing is Dixie's been a second-half team all year long, and there's something about that halftime. You know, Coach Judkins gets them fired up. He makes some adjustments, and hopefully the guys respond to that. They come out here, warm up. Hopefully they get a good start. They've been able to regroup and talk about some things and come back, because in the past, this second half is really where Dixie takes off, and hopefully there's still enough time. I mean, Coach Judkins talked about it. Because New Mexico Highlands shoots so many contested three-pointers, and they're not a really high percentage three-point shooting team, they'll take a lot of those. If Dixie can contest them, grab the rebounds and go down and execute, they'll let them back into this game for sure.
Dixie State trailing at 41-29 at the half. Let's get you a couple of other numbers from around the conference. Dixie State and New Mexico Highlands will meet the winner of Regis and UC Colorado Springs. Regis, an 80-78 win over the Mountain Lions. So they sit in the bracket, and they're watching the rest of this game. They're probably listening to us right now. Regis fans, players, coach, if you're listening, watching in, welcome in. Congratulations on the win over UC Colorado Springs. And the Rangers waiting to see who's going to win this game. The other game that has gone final, Black Hills State, 73-70 over Colorado Mesa. Black Hills State, Colorado Mesa, and New Mexico Highlands were so closely tied.
Yeah.
They had all beaten each other. There was nothing. They had to go, what do they call it, power points or what? They went to quality of wins, and it was crazy. And New Mexico Highlands, lost on that and fell down from the 4 or the 5 seed down to the 7. And maybe they're a little ticked off about that, because they're in here and they're beating Dixie State 41-29 tonight. Colorado School of Mines is just getting underway against Adams State, and we will bring you updates on that game throughout the rest of the night. Dixie State, a lot of work on its hands tonight, Mike, in the second half, if they want to continue playing this season. But like you said earlier in the broadcast, Coach Judkins said it at halftime, the way this Mexico Highlands offense goes, the way they shoot the threes, they're going to give you a chance to get back into this game. Defensively, they give up 81 points a game. So there's going to be points to be had in the second half. It's up to Dixie State to find ways to exploit what Highlands is throwing at them and try to make it happen.
Yeah, well, see, you got Matt Conway, 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 1 from the three-point line, 1 for 2. Matt will get going. He's going to get going. He's not in foul trouble, doesn't have any fouls. There's no Trailblazers with more than 2 fouls, so it's going to be up to the guys that got them here. Hopefully they can get going. Conway, get him going. Hopefully Dupree can find his rhythm and get things going. He's the leading scorer with 8 points, but he got those 8 points very early.
Let's play. Second half underway. New Mexico Highlands, the first possession. Original starters for both teams with the exception of Dayson Youngblood, as Highlands knocks in a 3. Raquan Mitchell knocks it in. He's got 11. Dayson Youngblood in place of Zach Frampton for Dixie State. We don't know if we'll see Frampton again the rest of the night. 44-29. Dixie State trailing by 15. And Highlands going to get a steal. No. It's going to be no one ever had possession. Davis nearly had a steal. Trailblazers will maintain.
They're looking, no possession change, keep the shot clock at 16.
Yep. Youngblood to trigger, right in the corner, gets it back on a handoff from Conway. 3-point line straight away with 10 to shoot. Youngblood with 8 to shoot, still with it with 5. Got to do something. Deep 2 for Dupree, no. Okoro loses the rebound, a gift back to Dixie State. That was not a good possession.
No, it's tough. You get the shot clock winding down, then to throw it to your big man at the 3-point line and expect him to do something with it. Caught Julian Dupree off guard a little bit, so Dixie still not able to find their offensive rhythm.
A fresh 30 as Okoro couldn't gather the rebound. Dixie State will have it. Youngblood to Dupree, spins away from a defender and lays it off the window and in.
Good move there by Dupree, and you could tell that was a play they've had drawn up. Coach Judkins wanted to see him execute and see if they could start getting that rhythm back.
44-31. Dixie State trailing by 13. Mitchell spinning, fires a 3 left wing, rims out, Dupree the rebound, ahead to Pagankoff. Jack surveying his options, will pull it back out. Leaves for Youngblood in the corner. Youngblood swinging to Pagankoff, quickly to Wilson left wing, 18 to shoot, 18:30 remaining in the second. Wilson drives baseline left, tries the pass, and it's tipped and taken away by Okoro. Was trapped under the bucket, couldn't do anything with it. Here come the Cowboys. Mitchell for Jones, missed the dunk. Had an easy layup, tried to dunk, and he missed it. Here come the Trailblazers. Youngblood under the bucket, whips it out to Pagankoff. Pagankoff needs some help. He's trapped in the corner. Finds Conway. Conway trying to find Dupree. It's tap taken away. Davis to Carpenter. Back to Davis. 17:55 to play in the second. Dixie State trailing by 13. 44-31. Ball's knocked away and out of bounds. Dupree got a hand to it. Pagankoff gonna ask the official for a quick second to tie his shoe.
Yeah, Dixie lucked out there with Jones missing that dunk. He was wide open.
Jones missing the dunk. Okoro couldn't gather the rebound.
That's right.
This could be close to a 20-point game. 17:40 to go. Carpenter getting inside. High off the window. No. Okoro, offensive rebound, kicks it back out. Dupree was trying to help and block the shot. He was not there to gather the rebound. Mitchell with 18 to shoot. Deep 3 straight away. Short. Andre Wilson the rebound. Dixie State has got to take advantage here. Youngblood into the lane. Kicks to Pagankoff. Left corner 3. Short. And a whistle and a foul. Going to go against Julian Dupree. Pushing off on Okoro.
That's his third. You can see he's coming down to crash and got him with that forearm in the back.
That's an easy call.
Easy call. That's his third. We talked about how important it is for Julian to stay in the game. Having him exit here just over 2 minutes.
Well, they're going to leave him in.
Keep him in. Yeah, it's a big move.
17:09 remaining. Dixie State trailing by 13, 44-31. Highlands has gone empty in about 3 or 4 straight possessions. Dixie State has not been able to take advantage. Quincy Matthews is in for Davison Youngblood. That was the switch. Davis will jump it over Matthews. Rims out. Conway the rebound. He's fouled. Or no. They're just going to say it was knocked out of bounds by Okoro. Knocked out of bounds by Okoro. Dixie State will get it back. And now the Cowboys going to settle into the full court pressure. Paganikoff to Wilson. Davis trying to fall to the ground and get an offensive foul call. Didn't get it. Quincy Matthews will score it all alone. He looked surprised that he was so open. Scored it. He's got 7. Dixie State within 11. 44-33. 16:30 to go. Mitchell driving. Gets it to go and 1. And are they going to get Quincy or are they going to get Dupree coming over to help? Quincy.
Quincy's letting him go right. Not letting him, but
they gave some long continuation.
That's right.
On that play from where the foul was. They gave him 2 steps and a jump and a shot off the window. That's NBA stuff right there.
It is. And Raquan Mitchell loves going right. He's very good with that right hand, and that time it's a straight line to the basket. And Quincy riding him a little bit, as you talked about. The foul probably could have been a little bit earlier, but Raquan Mitchell just being able to do exactly what he wants.
Misses the free throw. Wilson off the window and in. Probably could have called the foul on Okoro. Dixie State not going to get the whistle there on their end. Mitchell spinning, shooting, no. Okoro, offensive rebound, misses the putback. A lot of contact there as well, referees letting him play. Paganikoff will drive inside, stripped out of his hands, and here come the Cowboys. It's Bustos to Mitchell. Mitchell will lob for Jared Davis, and an alley-oop throwdown in transition. He's got 7. 13-point lead. Quincy into the lane. No, but he's fouled. 2 free throws coming for Quincy Matthews.
Well, that's a good answer. You can see the turnover there. Paganikoff giving it up, and Bustos setting up that alley-oop play, and that gave them some momentum. But Dixie doing a good job of trying to get that back by going to the foul line.
15:34 to go. Dixie State trailing at 48-35. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Come right back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the Trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life.
.34 to go. Dixie State trailing 48-35. Mike, it's gut check time for the Trailblazers. Quincy Matthews at the free throw line. I mean, you hate to put any added pressure. Of course, he can't hear us talking about it, but it always seems like they can. They curse to the commentator. If you're Dixie State, you're trying to fight back into this thing. You really don't have the commodity of missing many free throws here in the second.
Well, you got to take advantage of these, and it's important you just don't panic. They're going to be okay if they can get some stops. They've got to get some stops. This is, KYP. Know your personnel. Know exactly how to defend them. They've got a good scouting report. They've got a good scout. Now they just got to execute that scouting report and slowly chip their way back into this. You're not going to hit a 12-point shot. It's going to take one possession at a time.
Quincy makes both free throws. Dixie State throwing in a press of their own, and the Trailblazers going to get a steal. And a whistle and a foul on the way back up the floor. Going to go against LaFleur. His third. I didn't see what happened. Quincy got the steal and had nowhere to go with it.
Matt Conway was trying to post up. Great look there by our CC guys. Foul on the post up. Matt Conway just posting very hard.
Wilson, left corner. To Conway, Dixie State trailing 48-37. 15-10 to go. Wilson to Matthews, puts the ball on the floor. Runner, no. Tapped around, out of bounds. Back to the Cowboys.
Great minutes by Quincy Matthews coming in here and really being athletic. If we talked about leadership and somebody that's stepping up, being a vocal leader on the court, it's been Quincy the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Trailblazers trail by 11, 48-37. 14:58 remaining. Pass into the left corner. 3 on the way, no. Pagenkopf goes up high, gets the rebound. Jack running the break to Quincy, traveled.
That's tough, you know, when you're running like that you can see Jack's coming down. You know he's coming, but that's just a short pass, you know, at a very tough angle for Quincy. You know, had their spacing been just a little bit better, you can see Quincy taking that ball in, but it's just a tough angle to receive a pass on the run like that.
Dixie State still trails by 11, 48-37. Mitchell get inside on Pagenkopf, jump step, loses. It's back into the lane, dishes to Okoro, and who flushes with 2 hands.
Yeah, Julian Decree had to come over and help, and as soon as he left, that was an easy shovel pass to the big guy.
50-37, Dixie State trailing by 13. Pass ahead to Quincy. Quincy missed it. Jordan Jones the rebound. Decree takes it right back and is knocked over by Okoro. And the foul going to go against Okoro.
No, Okoro's done a very good job defensively changing shots. You know, he hasn't blocked a lot of shots. If you look at the stat sheet, he's got 3 blocks on the night, but he's changing how Dixie State is shooting. You can see right there, he's just jumping up. He's very big, he's physical, and forcing Dixie State to shoot an awkward shot.
Dason Youngblood to trigger, baseline left to Dub. Lobs into Matt Conway, and Conway gets it to go. Conway's first field goal of the night. He's got 3. Will that get him going?
Hopefully.
50-39. 13:55 remaining. Carpenter to Jones. Jones to Davis. Davis kicking it into the corner. Carpenter. LaFleur. Harassed by Wilson. 7 to shoot. 3-point land, left side. And he's bumped by Andre Wilson. Third foul against Wilson. That'll bring Wade Miller up off the bench. Check in for Andre.
That was a tough one. You know, you played defense really well for 16 seconds, you know, and then you foul him that far away. You don't want to foul 35 feet from the basket. That's a tough foul and a tough one to swallow.
Inbound to LaFleur. Swing to Bustos. Bustos with 12, kicking it into the corner. Jones, left corner, 3, good.
You know, you can see where that
He's
foul
got
hurts
12. 53-39, Dixie State trailing by 14. Highlands a steal. Davis inside, missed the layup. Dub Price the rebound, whips ahead to Conway. And a technical foul.
It's on 41.
Called against Okoro, and he's not even in the game. I don't know if they felt like Okoro was trying to show up the referees from the bench.
Well, it gives Coach Judkins a chance right here to talk to his guys, regroup. Wade Miller go knock down some free throws, and you know, sometimes it's something like this to get you going.
You can kind of see the tail end of it. Wade Miller knocks in the first free throw.
Great angle there by our camera guys, you know, focusing in on Okoro right there, who said something to the official. It was the official on the far side. It wasn't the official.
Well, he was talking, and he was kind of swinging the arms too. And anytime the officials feel like you're showing them up, maybe it goes back to old Tim Duncan. Do you remember when he got thrown out of a game?
Playoffs.
He got 2 tees on the bench. He got thrown out back in the day.
I got a feeling that started a few possessions ago and just hasn't stopped.
Yeah. Trailblazers cut it to 12. Pass inside to Quincy. It's knocked out of bounds. If you're Dixie State, you're focused on trying to make this, you know, 4 or 5 point possession. You got the free throws. That's it. You almost kind of feel like this is a must-score possession.
Yeah, still plenty of time.
Take advantage. Pass into Dub, baseline left to Quincy. Backs it out, 12 to shoot. Got to find something with 10. Conway's going to screen with 8. Youngblood to Dub, deep 2 straight away. No. Conway tip, put back, can't get it to go, but he's going to be fouled by Desmond Carpenter. Great box out by Matt Conway to be able to go up and show that he's trying to tip the ball in, so he's going to get credit with the rebound, and he's going to the free throw line.
Heads up play there by Matt Conway because he knew that there was contact, but if he grabs the ball, it's not a shooting foul. The heads up play to tip it and get the foul allows him to go shoot. He needs to find a way to get back into this game. He's only got 3 points, no fouls. Opportunity for Matt Conway to get a rhythm going. They're going to take a look at this. Is that what they're going to do?
Yep, they're going to take a look at that play. Not sure what exactly they'll be looking at, but let's go ahead and take this opportunity to, as the referees are going to discuss it beforehand. I have no clue what they're looking at. What did he just say?
Well, both coaches are a little bit frustrated. Both of them upset. Like, what are you looking at? Is there something? It was a clean foul. No coach, either one, is
happy about
reviewing, but gives them an opportunity here to regroup and talk to their team.
Dixie State trailing 53-41 at the moment, 12:37 remaining. Now they're going to come over. They are going to take a look. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. Come right back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network. Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. Dixie State trailing at 53-41. And they are looking at that play with Conway under the basket. I didn't hear any of the discussion that they've had, but I've said this a number of times as we see.
I can see what they're talking about. They're wondering if he didn't allow Matt Conway to come down. You can see, is it Bustos?
It's Carpenter.
Carpenter. Just kind of taking his legs out from underneath him a little bit. That little extra movement with his hip. The official looked at it and said, hey, is that excessive? You know, they called a flagrant one before on Okuro for being excessive. They're just looking at that. Is that hip, is Matt Conway coming down, did he inadvertently stick his hip out to make it hard for him to land?
So now they're seeing what they need to see. They're going to go discuss it. Dixie State trailing 53-41. If you wanted my opinion, I think you just leave it a common foul and Matt Conway goes and shoots 2 free throws. But I'm not the one making the decisions. Just letting those Mexico Highlands fans out there feeling like, they can't do anything right tonight. I'm with you on this one.
Yeah, well, if you look at that, you'd almost have to look at a lot of plays, right?
Yeah, you'd be over at the monitor all day and all night.
I think what they're looking at, though, is that was it necessary as he was in the air? Was it necessary to stick your hip underneath and make it difficult for him to come down?
(53-41), Dixie State trailing by 12 as they call both of the coaches over with 12:37 remaining. They're having a kind of a lengthy discussion.
Well, by the reaction of the New Mexico Highlands coach, they don't like it. He's screaming, not screaming, but saying, it's just a normal box out. Flagrant one.
Okay. And that's the explanation. And you hit the nail on the head, Mike, is that what they're saying is that they are going to call flagrant one on Carpenter because Conway was in a vulnerable position, did not give Conway space to come down and land, and the little extra, that was thrown out. So Dixie State will get, are they going to get the 2 free throws and possession?
Yeah.
now?
Well, and Conway will be shooting anyway because it was a shooting foul.
Yes. Conway's first free throw. He missed it. Dixie State, it's almost. Trailblazers now 10 of 16 from the free throw line. Second free throw, got it. Conway with 4. And now Dixie State will have possession. So you had the technical foul on Okoro.
Nope.
That possession hadn't ended yet. And now if Dixie State can score, they're 3 points into it here. It could be a 5 or a 6 point possession. Youngblood will lob into Conway. Catches. They say travel.
Travel, yeah. You can see Conway spin to the middle. He caught it there on the block, and he went over that left shoulder.
It's close,
as soon as
but
he did,
that pivot came up before the ball came down.
You're right.
It's a great call. 53-42. Dixie State, after all of that, still trails by 11. Carpenter kicks to LaFleur. 3-ball straight away, and he knocks it in. Cowboys, no matter how many times the game slows down, they do not cool off.
And especially LaFleur, who's 3 for 5 tonight from downtown.
Quincy to Wade, to Matt, catches. Shot is blocked by Bustos. Cowboys the other way. LaFleur to Mitchell. Will drive inside, and he gets it to go, and one. Dub Price coming from the help, fouls him.
We can see Conway right here. The block from the back right there was DJ Bustos. He caught Conway on the back, and then that started the transition. You see Dixie not getting back again, not finding the shooters, and that's exactly what Raquan Mitchell's done. He catches it, and he goes right to the rim.
Dixie State trailing by 16, 58-42. Under 12 media timeout. We're going to take a 60-second timeout. Come right back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
11:57 to play. A lot of basketball that we play, but if you're Dixie State, you got to make a run, and now.
Yes,
trailing by 16. Raquan Mitchell's at the free throw line for one more. He gets it to go. He's got 16. And it's a 17-point lead, 59-42. Price in transition, no. Quincy gets the rebound, passes inside to Julian Decree, who throws it down, and he's fouled by Patrick Bolos.
It's a great look, bounce pass there to Julian Decree from Matthews, and Julian finishing it strong and hopefully trying to ignite this crowd a little bit. You know, that substitution right there for New Mexico Highland, bringing Patrick Bolos in. Bolos is what, 7'3",
250.
Big body in there and doing a good job of contesting and changing shots, but that time Julian Decree able to get around him and put home the dunk.
14-point game, 59-45. Certainly not insurmountable. You got to make a run here. Inbound pass to Carpenter. And he's going to be fouled by Quincy Matthews.
You know, you can see Quincy was trying to pick up the ball and trying to do his best to stop, but a lot of contact. You can see, you know, that arm, a little bit of contact by both, but Quincy's got to allow the ball handler the ability to bring it up. Coach Judkins wanting that arm bar, but the officials seeing it differently.
It's 4 on Quincy. He'll check out. Andre Wilson back into the game. Mitchell into the lane, floats it, missed it. Julian Decree the rebound, hand off to Pagankoff. 11:28 to play, Dixie State trails by 14. Wilson to Decree, to Pagankoff. Pagankoff, left elbow jumper, bang! 59-47, Dixie State within 12. 11:08 to go. Inbound to Bustos. Back to Carpenter. Now to LaFleur. This is the point throughout the night where the Cowboys have stepped up and hit a big three. Can they do it again? Bustos right on cue. Short. Dixie State the rebound. Is this where the tide turns? Pagankoff. Free throw line jumper. Good. He's got 8. 10-point game. 59-49. 10:35 to go. Mitchell in transition. Coach Snow wants a timeout. Doesn't want this thing to go any further. Well, you got to take it in chunks.
That's right.
Chunk number 1, you get it back down to 10 with 10:30 to go.
Yeah, and Dixie doing this, little piece by piece. It starts on the defensive end. If they can keep getting stops and then converting, then it's going to lead into chipping away at this. If they can get it close, then the pressure shifts. Right? Dixie felt that pressure early in the first half. And still, they haven't overcome it. But if you can shift that pressure, New Mexico Highlands start to feel it, maybe shoot some bad shots and continue to force some shots, and Dixie can come down and score. 10 points in 10 minutes is nothing. And remember, they're doing this without the services of Zach Frampton, who's sitting at the end of the bench in street clothes. So he's definitely not going to return tonight, and so that role will shift to somebody else.
59-49. 10:30 remaining. Dixie State trailing by 10, but the Trailblazers have scored 7 straight to get back to 10. This is quarterfinals, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. The winner of this one will advance to take on Regis, who defeated Colorado Springs 80-78. And that game still at a location to be determined. South Dakota Mines leading Adams State 32-29 with 3:27 to go in the first. That game far from over. Meanwhile, Dixie State thinking about trying to continue to chip away at this lead. Back in play, it's Carpenter for Highlands. Swinging it to Mitchell, left wing. Puts the ball on the floor, and Dason Youngblood. They put 2 hands on Mitchell.
Yeah, got him with the hand check. You see him putting it out there at the top, but then he's just riding him a little bit.
Very quickly, gets the other hand on. Dason picks up the foul, his second. Lob into Davis. 59-49. Dixie State trailing by 10. LaFleur. Left wing 3, no. Pagankoff the rebound for Dixie State. An opportunity to get it to single digits. Jack, 17-foot jumper, no. Julian, offensive rebound, can't get it to go, but he's fouled. 2 free throws. And Bolos is incensed. He's screaming at his teammates.
Yeah, never seen a player get so heated so quickly. I think he's frustrated with the foul call. But
in fact, the initial yell from Bolos, did you catch? Yeah. Julian Decree looked over at that. Is he looking at me? Is he yelling at me?
Hey, not happy.
Decree's first free throw is good. He's got 14. And it's a 9-point game, 59-50. 9:58 to go. Coach Snow's going to put Jordan Jones back into the game, which is probably the best thing for New Mexico Highlands at this point.
That's not a good thing for Dixie to see Jones come back into the game.
Decree misses the second free throw. Jared Davis the rebound. If you're a Dixie State fan, you're okay with seeing number 11 on the bench for a few more minutes.
Yeah, Dixie only shooting 65% from the free throw line.
They've left 7 points at the stripe. 59-50. Chance of defense raining down. 9:40 to play. Davis, jump step into the lane. Scoop, missed it. Ball came out. Dixie State the rebound. Ahead to Youngblood. Dason gets inside and scores it. Youngblood has 4. Dixie State within 7, 59-52.
That's Dixie's
9:20 to play.
Sorry, Carrick.
You're good.
Third stop in a row. They're getting it done defensively first.
LaFleur working on Dupree. Ball's tipped out of bounds. Dixie State arguing and saying that there was a tip. Referee looking over, telling the Dixie State bench they've got to sit down. Inbound, here we go. 12 seconds to shoot. Mitchell one-on-one with Youngblood. To the free throw line. Jump step met by Wilson. And they're calling a foul on Andre Wilson. Or are they going to get Youngblood? Oh no, oh my goodness. I can't say anymore.
Yeah.
That's Wilson's 4th.
You know, you can see Mitchell drive, and he got there. There's a little bit of Mitchell or Wilson didn't move. You know, Wilson had his hands up. You know, there was a lot of contact, but it didn't come from Wilson. Wilson was planted. He wasn't moving. No,
Mitchell makes the first free throw. Sorry, I had to walk away for a moment.
Wilson trying to.
I'm back.
You can see Dason Youngblood's forcing him right there, and Andre's is straight there, didn't move.
2 freebies. Definition of freebies right there for Raquan Mitchell. He's got 18. Wilson tries to lob to Julian Decree, and it's nearly stolen away. Dixie State will keep it after Jared Davis couldn't.
Well, that was about to blow the roof off Burns Arena if they convert on that alley-oop
Jared
right there.
Davis can jump through the roof, though. You weren't getting that ball over him.
It's a pogo stick, man. He gets up very quick.
61-52. Wilson drives inside. It's stripped away, and a foul on the way back up the floor.
That's Julian. That's his 4th.
It's Youngblood.
You can see Andre drive right there, and the ball got knocked out of his hands to Jared Davis, and he was trying to gain control of it and dribble at the same time, and Doug Youngblood just stepped in there and got called for the reach.
Wade Miller, we're going to check in for Andre Wilson. It's a 1-and-1 as Jared Davis goes to the line, 84% free throw shooter. He makes the first. Boy. The unfortunate Dixie State fighting and fighting and fighting. And then what finally turned the run was a phantom foul called against Andre Wilson. Davis has 9, and it's an 11-point game again. Wade gonna bounce inside to Julian. He'll score it.
Well, that's Julian's 16th point
Got
of the night.
16. Trailblazers within 9. 63-54. LaFleur whips it to Jones. No, Dub Price the rebound. Trailblazers have got to go. Can't give him time to get back. Pagankoff to Youngblood. Youngblood to Wade Miller. Spot up 3. Bang! Wade Miller. His first, no, it's not his first points. He made a couple of free throws. He's got 5. Dixie State within 6, 63-57. Here we go. Strap on your seatbelts.
Great shot there by Wade Miller, but he had Julian Dupree with a guard on him in the post and decided to pull up for the 3 instead of dump it in for the mismatch.
Mitchell guarded by Wade Miller as Coach Snow tells his offense to slow down. They're going to call Wade Miller on a hand check well before the layup. So Wade will pick up the foul, his first. It'll bring us to the under 8 media timeout, 63-57. We're going to toss it over to Kylie Young, the 3rd member of our crew.
Prior to the under 12 media timeout, the bench was just defeated, very quiet. They came into the team huddle. Coach is telling them, time is up, you fight or you quit. Ever since then, they came back out, they went on that 10-0 run, and the energy has completely changed, and the bench is standing up, cheering on their team, and they have fought back to be back into this one.
Thank you, Kylie. Indeed, Dixie State has made it a game, 63-57. Let's just keep it right here during the break. Wade Miller making the three-point shot. It's been interesting, though. The Trailblazers have been forcing stops and getting rebounds, but you're seeing some veteran, a redshirt junior from Raquan Mitchell, a senior from Jared Davis. You're seeing some of that veteran leadership, and they're not the ones necessarily tossing up the threes. They're trying to get inside, and they're getting to the free throw line, and that has been Mexico Highlands hasn't made a field goal for, how long has it been? They're one for their last 6 from the field, where they've made 4 or 5 free throws, and that's what's kept them in front.
Yeah, shooting 38% from the field, 37% from the three-point line, and 78 from the free throw line. So, New Mexico Highlands not shooting a high percentage. Compared to Dixie shooting 43% from the field, 22% from the three-point line, and 65% from the free throw line. So neither team shooting a high percentage.
Here's Mitchell. He's 5 of 8 from the stripe tonight. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Wade Miller the rebound. That was the 9th team foul against Dixie State. So 2 free throws coming for New Mexico Highlands with each subsequent Dixie State foul. Youngblood will hang and can't hit, but he's fouled. Great heads-up move by the sophomore. Kind of got trapped, felt the contact, so he thought, I can't come back down with this. I've got to flip it up, and he'll get 2 free throws. Got to convert these.
For the year,
48%, 12 of 25. No
so
better time than now, right?
I was going to say, now's a great time to turn that around. These are big.
First free throw, missed it. Push it off the right side. Well, in a 6-point game, Dixie State has left 8 points at the stripe. Mike?
It's the little things. We talk about little things, and that's one of them. Turnovers is another one. Dixie State right now 20 turnovers on the game to New Mexico Highlands 11.
He gets the second one. Youngblood with 5, and it's a 5-point game. 63-58.
Good minutes,
with 7. There's an eternity left in this game. 7:42. Great minutes by Dason Youngblood.
Yeah, great job stepping in for Zach Frampton and doing exactly what they need him to do.
Mexico Highlands able to break the press. Nearly had a 5-second count. Mitchell trapped in the lane. We'll get it to Carpenter. Now back out to Mitchell. They'll reset. Highlands is a little bit out of control these last few possessions. More chance of defense raining down. It's win or go home. Mitchell inside. And he's fouled by Pagankoff. We talked about it just a minute ago. He's taking it into his own hands. He's not even passing the ball anymore. He's going to keep it. He's either going to get a shot and miss, or he's going to get fouled and go to the free throw line.
I'm surprised Dixie's playing Mitchell as tight as they are. But he's 1 for 4 from downtown, and they're really up into him. He's very good off the dribble, and he's able to explode and get to the rim. Make him shoot some of those jumpers. Gap him and make him become a jump shooter and take that drive away from him.
Quan Mitchell bends the knees, lets the second fly, and he hits it. Missed the first, made the second. He's got 19. 6-point game again. Back to the full court pressure for New Mexico Highlands. Dub Price tiptoes the sideline on the press breaker, nearly went out of bounds, able to stay in. Dixie State still with it. Quincy, gotta be smart with the ball. Drives baseline right, passes to Wade, left corner 3, and he hits! Wade Miller, his second consecutive 3. Dixie State within 3, 64-61.
Great shot by Wade Miller. Got his feet set in the corner, let it fly. He's got a lot of confidence. They got to keep getting him the ball in those types of situations.
Laquan Mitchell into the lane, floats it, hits it. Wow.
It's 21 for Mitchell, and he's gets the ball. He's not going to give it up easily.
Wade ahead to Quincy. 6:33 to go, 5-point game. Bounce it inside. Dub Price on the backdoor feed from Julian Decree. Everybody getting involved now. 3-point game, 66-63.
You can see Raquan Mitchell walking it up right now.
He's tired.
He's getting tired. There's no question. He's starting to feel the weight of having to carry this team as much as he has recently. Those minutes and his effort, he plays so hard, it's getting to him a little.
Carpenter to Bustos to Davis. 3-point game. Davis loses, regains, back to Carpenter. 3 straight away. Good. Big 3 for Desmond Carpenter, his first points of the night. Wade to answer, no. He felt like he was fouled on the three-point shot. No whistle.
Not the shot you want. You know, you had the
agree.
momentum, and you can get that shot anytime you want. Now, Quan Mitchell just using some time, waiting for a screen here. He wants Wade Miller one-on-one right here on the left wing.
Quincy's going to cheat over, try to double team him. Drives inside, floats and hits. Boy, oh boy.
Well, Quincy Matthews flew at him to the double team to try to get the ball out of his hands, and he knew he was just going to go away from the double team.
Dub leaves for Julian inside, off the window, yes. Dupree with 18. 71-65, Dixie State within 6.
5 minutes to go, there's a lot of basketball left.
Julian Dupree's career high is 19. Carpenter inside, passes to Davis, right wing three, yes. Such a good three-point shooting team. 9-point Highlands lead.
12 for 29 from downtown, 41%.
74-65. Quincy hits the deck. No travel, no foul called. They let him play on. Pass inside to Dub. They missed the layup. He had a chance for the and one, and he missed it. 2 free throws coming for Dub.
We can see that there's a little bit of contact there by Quincy. They got tripped up. He fell. He slid with the ball. I mean, it could have been a foul. It could have been a travel. You know, the refs just said, hey, play on, keep going. Yep, letting them play.
No one gained the advantage.
No.
It's like soccer. Play on.
That's right.
Dub, first free throw misses.
You know, Dub 39 for 65 on the year, shooting 60%. You know, Dixie's still leaving a lot of free throws at the free throw line.
Absolutely.
14 to 23, 60%.
Dub will have one more.
As a team, they shoot 70%. You know,
they've done better this year.
Absolutely.
Second free throw is good. It's an 8-point game. Not over quite yet. LaFleur across the timeline. Credit to Mexico Highlands. They've hit big shots when they need to. Davis will drive inside. Hangs. He's fouled.
It's Dixie's time. They got to go on a run right now with Quan Mitchell on the bench, getting a breather. You got to make sure you go on a run. That's Julian's 4th foul. You need to have the big guy, but man, now's the time to make that run if you're Dixie State. You got to capitalize with Quan Mitchell on the bench.
Jared Davis to the free throw line in an 8-point game and 4:11 to play. Davis makes the free throw, 9-point game.
Well, Davis, he's a pretty good free, 83% on the year. You know, he's a guy lefty that's confident at the free throw line and just hit a big three and now getting a good look at the basket from the free throw line.
10-point lead for Mexico Highlands once again, 76-66. The Trailblazers have one more push in them. We're about to find out. Season riding on it. Here's Youngblood. To Wilson, and he's fouled by LaFleur. That'll be his 4th. That'll bring us to the under 4 media timeout. 3:59 to go. Highlands 76, Dixie State 66. 60-second timeout and back to St. George and the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. Dixie State trailing it by 10 once more, 76-66. Andre Wilson will be to the stripe for a pair of free throws, where Dixie State has left 9 points at the free throw line tonight. I mean, you never expect to go out and hit every free throw, but you can't leave 9 points at the free throw line in a close game like this. Julian Decree closing in on a career high. He's got 18 right now. His career high is 19. Andre Wilson misses the first free throw.
That's been the difference. You know, we've touched on it many times before. That's been the difference. The first time these two teams met, Dixie, much better job free throw line, 13 of 21 tonight, just not getting it done from the free throw line.
Wilson makes the second single-digit game again. Highlands will break the press, get it across the timeline. Davis to Carpenter. Carpenter to Jones. Thought about a three, decided against it. And that's probably a smart move if you're Highlands. You have time to kill. Carpenter, D logo just in front of the timeline with 9 to shoot. Spinning, fade away, yes. That's a backbreaker.
That's a tough shot. You know, he's off balance, and with that little floater, Carpenter's having a good night. You know, he's played 29 minutes.
78-67, Dixie State trailing by 11. Wilson and Carpenter are going to get tangled up. Who's the foul going to go against? It's Carpenter. And that's his second. Wow. 11-point lead for New Mexico Highlands with 3:15 to play. Quincy missed the free throw.
That's tough.
It's
Quincy for the year, 27 out of 43, 62% tonight. 3 for 4.
That just hasn't been the mantra of this team this year.
No.
Quincy gonna miss both. Highlands the rebound. 78-67. New Mexico Highlands an 11-point lead. The 7 seed trying to upset the 2 seed and move on to play Regis on Friday night. Davis, left corner Jones. Jones stolen away by Youngblood. Youngblood in transition. Stop and pop, right elbow. Missed it. Tapped around. Highlands, no, offensive rebound. Into Ducree, puts the ball on the floor. He's fouled, he'll go to the free throw line.
Wow. You know, for New Mexico Highlands, they're doing a good job of getting the ball into their playmakers' hands. They spread out and just let either Laquan Mitchell or Jared Davis go one-on-one and try to create. That time, you know, not being able to convert, but Dixie on the other end, they've got to push. 2 minutes and 38 seconds to go. They've got to get things going very, very quickly.
Dixie State, before tonight, shot 58% from the stripe on 2 different occasions. They're 57 right now. Ducree is now matched a career high with 19. Trying to get to 20 for the first time in a Trailblazer uniform. And he will. New career high for Julian Decree. The free throws will trim the lead to 9, 78-69. 2:38 remaining.
Carrick, and I don't know if it's if he's hurt, but we haven't seen Matt Conway. You know,
yeah.
that first team all-conference player for Dixie State, leading scorer, leading rebounder, has not been in the game for quite a while.
Dixie State going to get called for a foul, trying to get the steal. They almost had it. They had the one moment. They got the tip. Pagankoff couldn't quite chase it down. 2 free throws coming for DJ Bustos. 86% free throw shooter. These guys, they just shoot it. I mean, we want to talk about as Bustos will have 2 free throws here. The first one he makes it. We want to talk about, Dixie State not playing their game and doing their stuff. A lot of it, they got pushed out of their game.
That's right.
They got pushed around in the first half, and there's just no way to sugarcoat. Mexico Highlands came in here and executed everything they wanted to do and have played a fantastic game tonight. Second free throw rim out. Dupree the rebound. That's his 8th rebound of the night. 2:28 to go. If you're Dixie State, you might think about just tossing up some threes here. See what you can make happen. When Wade will do just that. Left wing 3, bang. Hits it.
If Dixie can get into a rhythm here and maybe go into that, force him foul him, and make him go to the free throw line.
And Youngblood, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to foul Carpenter, and he's a 64% free throw shooter.
Yeah, he's the guy you want there.
Youngblood with his 4th.
He's getting a good pep talk by teammate Jared Davis, who locked eyes with him right at the free throw line, giving him some encouraging words. But if he can miss these 2 minutes and 10 seconds. 7.
Wade comes down, hits another 3.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, Reggie Miller did it in 9 seconds, right? Or Tracy McGrady did it. He was playing for the Rockets too, right? Carpenter misses the first off the right side. 7-point game, but still 2:10 to go. I saw when I was doing play-by-play for junior college up in Idaho, I saw a team erase a 10-point deficit in the final minute to win it. Closed the game on a 13-0 run to win in the last minute.
Got to go quick.
Nothing is impossible. He misses both free throws. Youngblood got to have a quick shot here. Dason will drive inside, trapped into the bucket, throws it away. Can't do that.
It's like Youngblood rolled his ankle there, having a hard time getting up, can barely move, hobbling a little bit. That's not what you want to see from your backup point guard.
Yeah, he's still hobbling on that thing, but, play on. There's no FIFA fair play, kick it out of bounds like you do in soccer. Carpenter fouled again by Wade Miller. And that'll be just Wade's 2nd.
Still 3-possession game for Dixie, minute 37 to go. Carpenter just missed 2. They're not out of it yet. There's still a chance. A minute 37 isn't a stretch that you can overcome a 7-point lead. They can definitely do it, but they're going to need some help here from the Mexico Highlands.
And Carpenter misses the free throw. If I'm Coach Snow, I'm subbing him out maybe.
Go with Bustos, who
he's not going to, not reaching to anybody. He's missed 3 in a row. He'll have one more. Make it 4 in a row. Dupree the rebound. Ahead to Pagankoff. You don't have time to meander. 133. Get it to Wade and let him shoot a 3. Jack for 3. No. Jordan Jones the rebound. Ball is loose. Carpenter gets rid of it immediately. That time, Mitchell will drive inside. Loses. Stepped out of bounds. Gives it back with 1:19 to go. Trailblazers are going to take a timeout with 1:19 to go. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Boy, they've had 2 possessions in a row to try to find some points. You score on those 2, you're looking at maybe a 3-point game here.
Yeah, when Carpenter was shooting his last free throw, I believe it was like, a minute 32 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
So not much time has gone off the clock. Dixie's got the stops that they need. They're just not converting on the offensive end. That look by Pagankoff was good. That was a good look.
That was a great look. That's the shot you want.
Straight down the middle, top of the key.
Good shooter.
High percentage shot. That's one you need. Just a little bit too long. If they can get a stop right now, I mean, they're drawing up a play. They're going to get a quick shot, setting up their defense, and then probably the next play. Dixie's timeout still has one timeout left after this, with New Mexico Highlands with 2 timeouts remaining. I'm not going to. Oh, mercy. What a game.
Dixie State trailing by 7, 79-72. Bustos is coming to the table for New Mexico Highlands. Wilson kills the dribble. You got to get it over the timeline. To Jack. He'll walk it across with 1:10 to play. Pagankoff to the right wing, trying to go pick and pop with Miller. They've got it. Left wing 3. Bang! He hits it. 4-point game. Miller's got 14. And they called Wade Miller for a foul.
Well, no time goes off the clock.
But they're going to
for intentional.
Checking time. All they want to see is the time. Make sure it's right. So 79-75, Dixie State within 4. And who was fouled? Was it LaFleur?
I think it was LaFleur.
71% free throw shooter. It's definitely better than Mitchell or Davis or Jones.
2-possession game. You know, you look at time and possession. You don't have to foul. I mean, it helps to foul, but I mean, if you get a stop, then you may be forced to foul later. But it is critical right here that Dixie is able to convert next time they get the ball. They cannot go one more possession where they're not able to score. Looks like they'll be about 50.
Probably 59 and a half.
59 and a half. You might even get a minute. Yeah, there we go. Remember
well,
that.
this thing's not over yet. Yeah,
that at one point.
when Dixie State wins it on a buzzer beater from half court.
Yeah.
We'll remember the extra second we just got. Adrian LaFleur, all he's got to do is step up and hit a pair of free throws, and Highlands will be in good shape. Easier said than done. First one is good. Rattles it home. 11 points for Adrian LaFleur, and probably no more important points than those 11.
That's right.
Right there in a 5-point game. Big threes at big times. Makes both free throws. He's got 12. It's a 6-point game. Mexico Highlands going to go full court pressure. Pagan-Koff behind the back dribble, gets away from a defender and swings it to the near side. Wilson got to go here. Andre has his pass tipped out of bounds with 46.4 seconds remaining, 16 to shoot.
Dixie finding a lot of success on that drift where they drive right and that cross-court bounce pass to Wade Miller in the corner. That time, DeQuan Mitchell prepared for it and ready to tip it out of bounds.
Pagan-Koff will lob into Ducree. Tap play. Oh, they had it. Ducree couldn't get it to go, and Pagan-Koff will foul LaFleur immediately. Coach Judkins telling Julian, hey, plenty of time. Could maybe come down with that and even try to score it.
Great play. I mean, you get a chance to get an uncontested shot 2 feet from the basket. That's what you want. Nice lob pass by Jack Pagan-Koff. You can see Julian just tip it off the left of the rim. Not able to convert.
Missed the first free throw. Not done yet.
Oh, 2-possession game, 43 seconds. You still got the shot clock, so they've got to convert.
Someday when they go to the international rules like the women's game, you can call a timeout and advance it. Missed both free throws. Dupree the rebound. Over to Pagan-Koff. 40 seconds to go. Got to find something quick, whether it's 2 or 3. Pagan-Koff to Wade Miller, left wing 3. No. Tapped around. Davis the rebound. He's fouled by Andre Wilson, and that is Andre's 5th.
Another good look by Wade Miller. If you want somebody to get a shot, it's Wade Miller. So got a good look, not able to hit. 32 seconds.
Well, but he's done his part here in the second.
That's right.
14 points, I think, all in the second, except for 2.
It's a good look.
LaFleur will knock it in. Excuse me, that's not LaFleur.
Jared Davis.
Jared, that's when you reach over and hit me and say, dude, what are you talking about?
I was looking right at LaFleur, who was talking to Jack Pagan-Koff.
Davis misses the second. Dixie State the rebound. 28 seconds remaining. Jack will drive inside, scoop and score. Timeout called by Dixie State. 5-point game.
2-possession, shot clock off now. So, you know, the strategy now for Dixie is don't let them get the ball in bounds. Get a 5 count.
5 count or steal it.
Yep, 5 count, and then you've got to decide. You got to foul quick with 24 seconds left. You know, if there was a little bit more time, you maybe think, hey, try to get a 10 count. You can't get a 10 count. But as fast as New Mexico Highlands is, you're not going to get a 10 count. Those guys fly up the floor. So Dixie will try to get a 5 count. If they can't get a 5 count, they'll foul immediately. Now the trick is you just keep it out of the shooter's hands. You've got to be a full deny, maybe use the guy who's guarding the ball out of bounds to double team maybe Jared Davis or those free throw shooters you don't want to see at the line and make somebody else get it and foul them.
24.9 seconds remaining. Dixie State trailing 82-77. And credit to Dixie State. I mean, they've played their hearts out. Had it down to 3 at one point. When it pushed it back out to 10, Dixie State did not mail it in. Cut it back down to 4, now to 5. And these seniors knowing that if we can't win this game, this is likely our last game. Even with still being number 8, you just don't know. I mean, I think the region rankings will come out once again tomorrow, and then they'll reseed. Well, not reseed, but or maybe I'm wrong.
No.
Here we go. Back in play. Bustos to inbound. Looking for a 5 count. They're going to call a timeout. Highlands don't normally say it like this. Had a timeout to give. Had 2 timeouts. And that's probably exactly what Coach Snow told them in the huddle. Hey, listen, we had 2 timeouts. You know, don't try to force it or get a 5 count. If you feel uncomfortable with what's going on, take the timeout. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, well, they've got the advantage. They can run with the ball underneath the basket. So the inbounder that time, Jared Davis, able to move and run with the ball. Jared Davis or was it Jones? And whoever's taking the ball out of bounds can move. Dixie doing a good job of locking up, you know, those guards coming up to get the ball. So if they can do that again, you know, force them to call their last timeout right here, that's exactly what they want to do. You've got DeQuan, Mitchell, and Jared Davis both in the game, both of them lined up at the
half court
line. So you're going to see them run up, you know, probably cross a little bit, probably screen for each other, and then run up, try to get the ball.
Bustos to inbound, looking. We'll bounce it into Mitchell, and Pagankoff called for a foul. Maybe lucky that he didn't pick up a technical.
Well, you can see he's doing a good job there on DeQuan Mitchell. He reached around and got his hands in there. And, you know, he did get a lot of ball. It looked like a clean steal, but the officials know you're trying to foul. You want to foul, and they're going to be very quick on the whistle because they are trying to help you.
Mitchell, first free throw, he hits it.
They'll give you the benefit of the doubt. If they know you're trying to foul, anything close, they're going to call.
Absolutely.
At that time, Pagankoff gets his hands in, and DeQuan Mitchell doing a good job of holding the ball, keeping track of it, knocking his free throw down.
Well, Mitchell, 24 points on the night. Makes both free throws now to 25. Pagankoff over to Youngblood. Dixie State trails by 7. Dub for 3. No. Youngblood offensive rebound. Kicks to Wade for 3 right corner. Yes. He's got 17. LaFleur not happy with the foul that Dub Price just delivered. Wade with 17 points all of a sudden.
Deep 3 there by Wade Miller. Puts LaFleur at the line, and you know he hasn't been great from the free throw line tonight.
Makes the first free throw. He's got 13. 10.4 seconds remaining. Makes both. He's got 14. 6-point game. Under 10 to play. Pagankoff will drive inside and lay it up and in. He's got 12, but that really should about, I hate to say it, I don't want to say the words, 4.8 remaining. Highlands is going to take a timeout with 4-point lead, 86-82. It'll be a full timeout. We'll continue to keep it right here.
Now it's, you know, that's their last timeout. If they can get a 5 count, you know, get the ball back and score real quick and then foul, you've got a chance. 4 seconds is a lot of time, but you cannot let them get the ball in bounds and take any time. So it's got to be a 5 count. If you want any chance, it's got to be a 5 count or a very quick foul. The problem is, Kerrick, you don't want the ball to go from one end to the other. And if you foul them, they go down and shoot free throws. That kills you. But if you can get a 5 count, they don't have another timeout. So if you can get them to panic, maybe throw it away and score quick, and then foul, you've got a chance at the buzzer.
Always tough to take a long win streak into postseason play. sometimes you get to the point where, you win so many games in a row, and then oh shoot, if we lose now, it's all over. But credit Dixie State for fighting, hanging in there. 4-point game, not quite over yet. We'll wait to see what happens. You think that Highlands is able to get the ball in here. That will probably drive the final drive of the nail into the coffin. 86-82, Bustos can run the end line. Looking, finds Mitchell, and that'll do it. Pass ahead to LaFleur. LaFleur will lose it out of bounds with 0.9 seconds remaining. Coach Snow saying no fouls. Can you imagine? 3/4 court heave, 4-point play. Send it to OT. Wade Miller misses the 3/4 court heave, and Highlands has done it. They've come into the Burns Arena, knocked off the Trailblazers, snapping the 13-game win streak. Nothing gold can stay. It has to end eventually. You just hate to see it. In on your home floor, Dixie State getting a nice applause. They battled back, did what they needed to do, and push comes to shove, maybe just got into a little bit too big of a hole, then they could dig themselves out of this time.
Yeah, that's tough. 86-82, that's a tough loss.
Let's send it over to Kylie Young with head coach John Judkins.
Coach, you guys went down by as many as 17 points, but your guys came back, fought to the final seconds. Talk about the grit of this team.
Oh, I love them. We got it down, I think, to 2 or 3 or something. I thought, okay, here we go, and we just could never get over the hump. And then we did some really dumb things. We played great defense, and then all of a sudden we foul with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Just things like that you can't do in these kind of games. But give them credit. They're a good team. They're athletic. We had a hard time guarding them. They shot the heck out of the ball. We had some guys tonight just didn't show up to play tonight. And it's sad to say that in a tournament. How can you not come ready to play? But again, I love how hard we played and how we fought. We didn't quit. And Bubba hit some big shots to get us back in the game. But, these kind of games you can't have. You got to play the best game of your life, and you can't just think you're going to win it at the end, and I thought we kind of did that tonight.
Julian ends his last time in a Trailblazer uniform, career high tonight for him, a double-double. Just talk about what he did to kind of keep this team going tonight and what he's done for the season.
Well, we hope it's not our last game with Trailblazers, because again, this is going to hurt, but we hope that we can still finish 8th in the poll and still get a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. But it's a long shot, but there's still a chance. But the way he improved throughout his 2 years here is amazing what he's done. He had a great game tonight. Like I said, I wasn't mad at him. There's some other guys that just didn't show up tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kylie, and head coach John Judkins. And Coach Judkins, you know him. You worked with him. You coached him. He's not one to sugarcoat it, and he flat out said, maybe felt like a few guys didn't show up to play, and got it going late, but they weren't able to dig out of the hole.
Yeah, too little, too late. And you're going to go back and look. It's the little things. When you look at the number of turnovers, the number of free throws that they missed, and just not coming with the energy, and it hurt not having Zach Frampton. I thought Andre did a great job, and I really felt like Dayson came in and played some quality minutes, but you could see not having Zach Frampton out there really hurt Dixie State.
Absolutely. Dixie State falls at 86-82. And at this point, it's tough. The conference championships this weekend, and then it's Selection Sunday this Sunday.
Yeah.
So you only have, you wait the rest of the week. I'm sure you probably still practice the rest of the week, and I don't know if we'll maybe give them tomorrow off and then practice the rest of the week and then see what happens. But you can only wait till Sunday now, and you got to hope that all the teams that are favored to win the conference championships, the RMAC, the Heartland, and the Lone Star, you hope that the teams that are already in the top 8 win those conference championships. You can't it's a long shot right now, like Coach Judkins said, but if anybody outside of that top 8 wins, you're done.
Yeah, I'm an Ore Digger fan now. Colorado School of Mines. If Dixie wants a chance to get to the tournament, then they need Colorado School of Mines to win the tournament, so not another RMAC team has a chance to get in.
Trailblazers fall 86-82. Let's take the 3-minute timeout. We'll come back with a post-game report on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Man, where's Carrick? The show's about to start.
Carrick Segmiller approaches his ball after a beautiful approach shot. This ball landed about 12, 13 feet away as he lines up the putt. He'll have this one for birdie.
Hey, have any of you guys seen Carrick?
I think he went that way.
Segmiller eyes his ball as he lines it up. Again, this putt for birdie will win the tournament. He steps to his ball. The putt's on its way. It's got the right speed. It's in! Carrick Segmiller for birdie to win the tournament as the crowd goes wild.
Woo!
He is celebrating. He is ecstatic.
Yeah! Oh, Carrick, we got shooting in like 5 minutes. Let's go.
Come on, man. I'm just playing some golf. Let's go.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We have this like deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But
welcome back inside the Burns Arena, Dixie State. Following 86-82 in the quarterfinal of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference tournament. And now all you can do is sit and wait. And it's one of the most sick feelings that you can experience as a coach. Was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? I can't remember which year it was. Trailblazers winning in 8 as the 8 in the West region. I think lost to, was it Cal Baptist or Point Loma in the quarterfinal, just like this, and then they had to sit and wait, and there was an upset. Humboldt State won the CCAA, and the Trailblazers were not able to make it in. So, once again, it's the most sick feeling to have to sit and wait all weekend, but Coach will go in, he'll talk them through this thing, and maybe give them tomorrow off and then get back at it hard, or maybe tell them, you guys got to be in the gym shooting. We'll find out what that schedule is, but they'll practice. They will, keep their hopes up that, somehow, some way they can get in to the NCAA tournament still. And just tough one tonight. They fought hard, but there just were a few things like Coach Judkins pointed out with Kylie, and we'll be able to talk about that more in depth when he comes out for our post-game chat with him. But you started slow, got yourself into too big of a hole, and it did seem like the energy was low. And in a tournament game, and that's just, I've heard him ask the question. It's a tournament game. How can you not be up for that game? And it's going to be up to the players to decide what went wrong there.
Yeah, that is a tough one, and you hit it. You just early on in the game, DeQuan Mitchell and Jared Davis just did a very good job of leaving their influence on the game, making an influence on the game very, very early. And they came in with a lot of confidence. You know, they scored the very first possession. They scored and jumped right into that full court press, forced Dixie to turn the ball over a little bit, and really just punched him in the mouth. And they didn't respond. And it took a little bit of time for Dixie to get going again. But, I mean, Quan Mitchell, 25 points tonight, 8 of 14 shooting, 8 for 13 from the free throw line, only 1 of 4 from downtown. But in those 31 minutes, you know, there were times where he just put his team on the back. I thought that the first half, it was Jones that was doing that. Jones finished with 12 points on 4 of 13 shooting, 3 of 8 from downtown. That first half, it was Jones that was really connecting and doing a good job of keeping them in the game. And then when you look at Okoro, he finished with 8 points, but defensively did a very good job of changing Dixie's shots. Finished with 8 points, 8 rebounds. But I'll tell you, I think that the impact that Okoro had on this game was he really took Matt Conway out of the game early. Matt Conway only logging 20 minutes tonight. You know, today found out he was all conference, first team all conference, and had a phenomenal season, and just didn't have it tonight. And I think Okoro's size and athleticism and length really caused some problems for Conway, and he just couldn't get going. Didn't score the first half, and it finished the game, you know, with 4 points on 1 of 7 shooting, 0 for 1 downtown, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. He did have 9 rebounds, but it just wasn't the Matt Conway that we've seen all year. And I think Okoro was very frustrating matchup for him. You know, coming into this game, Carrick, it was hard. You know, when we found out we were playing Highlands right away, I thought, you know, this is a tough matchup. This is not a team you want to play again, because coming into this, they won 3 games prior to that. They're very athletic, and they're powerful. When it comes to offense, they can score a lot of points very quickly.
Trailblazers falling 86-82. There were a few positives. Julian Decree played his heart out. One of the best games I've seen him play in a Trailblazer uniform. Plays 31 minutes tonight, double-double. Career-high 20 points, grabs 11 rebounds, 7 of 9 from the field. And get this, he's your best free throw shooter tonight. 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. A 55% free throw shooter comes in, and he's your best free throw shooter tonight. And that's a credit to Julian. And you heard Coach Judkins mention to Kylie how much he's grown, and we've seen that from last year into this year, and just what an integral part of the team that he became. And you know, he's co-defensive player of the year in the RMAC, and it's all well deserved. I think, you know, if you ask him, he'd want to be able to be playing a game on Friday still, but got to give props where props are due.
Absolutely. A career night in points for Julian Decree. He had previous career high was 19 against Adams State. A career high in rebounds. He had 10 at St. Martin's. He had 11 tonight. Career high in free throws. You know, before tonight, his career high was 5. He was 6 of 8 tonight. So career night for Julian Decree. And, you know, that's what you want to see out of your seniors. Those guys that just don't want to take that jersey off one last time without it being a win. So played with a lot of pride. You know, your heart goes out to some of those guys. You know, Zach Frampton, you hope that he's okay. You know, during one of the media timeouts, I walked down and just asked him how he was doing, and he just had a look on his face where he just
a little glazed,
you know. And he said, "I think I'm going to be fine." But they just missed that. You know, they missed his stability, they missed his leadership. And
I don't know if I have the guts, maybe you probably have a better relationship with him, and I have a good relationship with Coach Judkins. I don't know if I dare ask him about Matt Conway. You know,
well, I don't think we're going to have
to know if it was, you know, did he get hurt? You know, what was going on? Why didn't he play? Like you said, he'll probably offer up, you know, everything that's on his mind right now. And, you know, we could be waiting a while for him to come out. You know, you never know. He could go in and say a few quick words and let him have it and come back out. But tonight, you know, when there's the possibility, I think, of even, you know, playing more, you got to sort out whatever happened tonight. And, you know, it's too bad because I mentioned it earlier. You win 13 games in a row, and then you get into tournament time, and then there's just that little extra pressure.
That's right.
Where you have to keep winning if you want to keep playing. Where, you know, if they would have lost 5 games ago, it's been, okay, what do we need to change? You know, let's get this. Let's get in the RMAC tournament. I'm not saying that this game would have turned out any differently, but you get in. I just think it all kind of adds up, and, you know, you're nervous. It's the RMAC tournament. You're playing with a possibility, not a huge possibility, but right now Colorado School of Mines is only leading Adams State by 5 with 6:50 to go in Golden. Anything could happen there. So you're playing with the possibility of maybe even hosting Friday and Saturday, although hopefully the players weren't even thinking about that. But a lot of things on your mind, and you got to be able to go out and set those aside. And you could see early that there was some nerves. I thought like I mentioned earlier in the game, I thought that when Trailblazers responded to take a 17-12 lead, I thought, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
They figured it out. It's going to be just like in December. I didn't think that Dixie State would win by 20, but I thought they had turned the corner. But credit New Mexico Highlands tonight, because every time Dixie State made its move, Highlands weathered the storm. Boom. Big 3, Adrian LaFleur. Big 3, DJ Bustos. DJ Bustos tonight finishes with, I've got him for 7. Did he have more than that tonight? 7 points for DJ Bustos, but they're huge. It's a 4-point game.
Very big.
Made a couple of threes. LaFleur made a couple of threes. Raquan Mitchell, how many threes did he make tonight? 1 3. 1 3 tonight for Raquan Mitchell. Davis was 2 for 2. Carpenter, 1 for 2. But LaFleur comes in, 3 of 6. Bustos, 2 of 7. And you need someone to step up and hit shots, and they did. Credit to Coach Snow and New Mexico Highlands tonight, because they came in and they played a heck of a game tonight.
Played a great game.
And they executed their game plan, and really I felt threw Dixie State off. I don't remember Highlands pressing as much as they did, or even at all back in December when they came here. So I was caught off by the press. I don't know if Dixie State coaches were or the players were, but obviously you're a college basketball player. You've got to be able to adapt to that and work through it. But it just was a rough first half. You go down by 12, and then you play your game, play pretty well in the second half, but Highlands does just enough to get the win.
Yeah, I mean, they led 34 out of the 40 minutes. They played very well with the lead, and Dixie just couldn't get over that hump. When you look at the possessions character, New Mexico Highlands had 85 possessions tonight. Dixie had 86. They did more with the possessions that they have. When you look at the box score and what they were able to do, just being able to convert, shooting 62% from the free throw line, 41% from the downtown, 44% from field goal. Dixie just didn't shoot it well. Didn't shoot it well from downtown. They had 21 turnovers. Just did not take care of the ball at times when they needed to. Frustrating night. Give New Mexico Highlands credit. They came in and did what they needed to do. You wish them luck moving forward.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a tough out. Whoever draws.
They're far enough away. I mean, did they go home?
Yeah.
That's a long drive back to Las Vegas, New Mexico, and you turn around and practice for one day and then leave.
Yeah.
I mean, what do? You drive all night tonight, get back to Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Maybe practice one day. Where's your rest day? Practice one day Wednesday, and then you're back on the bus Thursday. I wouldn't be surprised if they, hang tight here for a second until they know.
Well, they probably didn't bring their white uniforms.
Yeah, that's true. And until they know where exactly they're going. I don't know. That's a good problem for them to have right now. It's looking, 66-60. I think Colorado School of Mines starting to pull away in the second half. But congratulations to Mexico Highlands for playing a heck of a game. They came in and they won this thing on the road. And they had something to prove after losing here in December. Very good team, very athletic. And I feel like this is a team, the way they played tonight, they could win this tournament.
They could, yeah. If you're those Dixie State fans, you don't
want
a team
them
to win it. You hope they go on and do well, but we want to keep playing.
That's their 20th win this season. Yeah. I mean, this people, you need to understand that there was no difference between seeds 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
Other than they all beat each other, so they had to go and look at quality of wins.
Yep.
Who had the better wins in the conference, and that's what sent Highlands down to the 7 and Mesa to the 5 Mesa to the 5, Black Hills State to the 4. I mean, it was just nothing separating these teams. and this is a potential 4 seed in this tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, and so it's a tough spot to be. I mean, 8 teams, you think maybe does that water it down more than the 6 that the Pac West had? Absolutely not. 8 very good basketball teams playing in this tournament this weekend, as head coach John Judkins now will join us on the post-game report here inside the Burns Arena. Coach, tough one. Every once in a while you have a game where you get into too big of a hole, you can't dig yourself out of it, and I think that was the case tonight. Made a couple big runs, got close, just weren't quite able to get over the hump tonight. It's a tough one.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And when you're in a tournament, you can't. Teams are here for a reason. They're good, and you give them a 17-point, 20-point lead, and then you want to know why you lost. It starts with our defense. We couldn't guard anybody. Every time they went one-on-one, either we fouled them or they scored. But, man, I thought when we started to pick up the press and we started to go, it just looked like starting a game that we were scared. We were intimidated by them because of their athleticism and their quickness and their pressure. And once we calmed down and handled their press, we got good shots, and that's when we made our run. We cut it to three times, I think it was. And all 3 times we come down, don't score, they come down, hit a 3. We go down, don't score, come down, hit a 3. So now we're down 9 again, and we fight back, cut it to 3, come down, don't score, come down, hit a 3. It just seemed like the same thing happened over and over. And like I told them, I mean, it's the sad part of the whole thing is it was in our hands we had to control our own destiny of what we do about playing more. If we make it to the NCAA tournament or not, it's up to us. Now it's not up to us. Now we're just hoping and praying that everybody at top of us wins and we get in. And this team's good. When I found out we were playing them, I was worried about that because they're so athletic. And we had a few guys tonight. I don't know where they were. But how do you not come ready to play in a game like this? But I thought Julian played well. I thought Dayson played well. I thought Bubba got hot, and we found him, and our guys did a good job of running some things to him because he was feeling it, got us back in the game. And, we just, like you said, that hole we dug, it's you just can't do it in tournament play. You might be able to get away with it in the season, but you can't do it in tournament play, and that's what we try to do. But I was proud of how hard we didn't quit. We did not quit, and had losing Frampton hurt us, with a concussion, an elbow to the head. Yeah, they called it, but it just changed the whole game for us, and he's one of our best defenders, and, we lose him, and, it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough one to swallow, and the sad part is we have no control. Now you just hope and pray that things work out, but it happens.
On a week like that, I mean, you still keep in the gym, practice
Thursday, that's what I told
Friday,
them.
We're back in it tomorrow?
Yeah, we're back in it tomorrow because, for us to work as hard as we did and get back in the, to win those 13 straight to get where we are, I still think we should have a chance. I mean, they should see that. Yeah, this one hurts. It's a home game. It hurts. But when I was on the committee back in the Pac West, they always said tournament stuff is not as a loss in a tournament's not as bad as the loss in the league because the teams are
you get to the tournament, you deserve to be there.
You deserve to be there. So they shouldn't take that as much as they do the regular season. But again, I don't know. I'm not on that committee now, and it's all by numbers and and those kind of things. So, we're going to come out just like a normal day. We're going to lift. We're going to practice. We're going to get after it, and we hope. But these next 3 or 4 days are going to be
long days.
Long days because we're just waiting for somebody to not get upset. And if that happens, then but we got to be ready to go because if we're in, we got to be ready. We can't take things off. So that's the plan right now, and it just sucks because of it was, like I said, it was in our hands, and we let one go.
Head Coach John Judkins here in the post game. Coach, appreciate you coming by and stopping by. I don't know how much more really there is to say about the game than just that. So we won't keep you long tonight.
Yeah,
but we appreciate you.
It was hard. I appreciate everybody coming. I mean, I know this was a tournament. We didn't have our students here. I mean, it wasn't the same home game. That wasn't the cause of our guys just didn't come out ready to play. But to me, if you have a home court advantage, you got to have a home court advantage. And to say that everybody's got to buy tickets and do all that, I just think if that's the case, I'd rather
just
have
play it at a neutral site or just
give
move
it to
it
the
around.
number one seed.
Give it to the number one seed,
and everybody goes there, because that hurt us tonight. This was not our crowd. We didn't do everything the same. Our guys get used to that stuff.
Yeah.
But again, that's not the reason. Our guys just didn't come ready to play and thought, hey, we're on 13. I don't know if they thought this or not, but it felt like they thought, hey, we're on a roll. No one's going to beat us, which I like that swagger, but you got to go out there and take it. You can't just think you're going to win. You got to go do it. And, we wrote down 5 things on the board that we lost the game. I asked them, do you guys tell me? And every one of those players said it, toughness to rebounding, to defense, to turnovers, to, coming out ready to play, to foul shots. I mean, there was 5 or 6 things on the board that we looked at, and we said, guys, look at that. Every one of those you can control. Mm-hmm. And it's in your, things that you can do, you can fix those. But it's just one of those nights. And give them the credit.
Yeah.
They played extremely well. They hit big shots. They got some bounces. We almost get a steal. Quincy almost gets it, and then the kid hits a 3. We're down, just little things. It's bouncing. It just wasn't our night. But again, I'm proud of these guys, and I just hope and pray that we can continue to play, because these guys have worked so hard to get there. It had one bad hiccup, and hopefully this hiccup doesn't hurt us and cause a problem. But thank you guys.
Whatever happens, heck of a year so far, and we'll keep our fingers crossed that we can keep playing next week.
Sounds good.
Thanks Coach. Head coach John Judkins in the post-game report here on the Trailblazer Basketball Network. And, every once in a while, maybe after a regular season loss, you can chat with him for a while and say, what do you need to fix for next game? But after this one, what do you talk about after a while, right? I mean, it's just and you hope that everything works out. They can keep playing, because I like Coach said, I think this team, if they're able to get back to full strength, you get Frampton back, get Conway going, and they haven't, they could make some noise, but now it's out of their hands, and that's a tough spot to be.
It is, and maybe there's some silver lining in this. I'm sitting here listening to Coach Judkins thinking, God, is there anything we can take away from this game? Is there anything positive? And the only thing I can think of, Carrick, is you get some rest now. So if you're feeling confident and maybe hopeful that you get into the tournament, then, maybe the next few days is good for them, or they can get some rest and get guys taken care of, see where Frampton's at. And
you're breathing a little bit easier if you're the 7 instead of the 8.
That's right.
But,
I think that's
we'll see.
It's a tough situation to be in. I remember our very first year eligible for tournament play in Division II, and we were told, hey, if you can take care of business, you've got 2 games here. We played Grand Canyon, who was our conference, in first place of the conference. We played them on our home floor, and we're told, if you can just take care of business and maybe get that win, you've got a chance. And we beat them pretty good and felt really good, and had our selection Sunday party, and there wasn't –
Dixie's name was not called.
There wasn't not the name we were looking for, and that hurts. And so when it's out of your hands like this, it does sting a little bit, but maybe that sting's good. Maybe it'll change guys and refocus some things. I'd rather lose in this tournament than the next one.
Than the next one.
Get a chance.
So if you can still get in, like I said, maybe another win streak starts, and next thing you know, you're in the Sweet 16, and you've forgotten about the loss tonight. But this one will sting.
It's a tough one
for a little while. There'll be maybe some sleepless nights over the next couple nights, and just once Sunday comes, when everybody knows, then we'll know.
Yeah.
And we'll play it from there.
That's right.
One thing's for sure, it's been a heck of a lot of fun throughout the year tonight calling these games, and this win streak has been phenomenal. And this team played their hearts out. So, if it turns out that this is their last game, big shout out to every single one of these players and the seniors on this squad that, we got to give those shout outs to one more time. It was senior day last week, but Wade Miller, Quincy Matthews, Dub Price, Julian Decree, Austin Montgomery. Shout out to them, because what you've done for the program is amazing, and great things ahead for all those guys in life, and what they've done this year is put this program in a really good spot going forward. Because if you weren't able to dig out of that 5-8 hole, and maybe you don't get a winning record this year, that might set recruiting back.
That's right.
A year or two. And maybe I don't understand totally how it works, but there's that, and then maybe people a little apprehensive about the D1 move. If I go, I won't be eligible to play.
Yeah.
But what they did to turn it on, and right now they're 18-9. And to get to 18 wins after being at just 5 wins is incredible. And these guys have done what they needed to do to not just salvage the season, but to make it another great one. This goes down as one of the greats once again.
Yeah, it is. And I know it hurts Coach Judkins right now not having that 20th win secured yet, because that's something that he always sets his goal. And I don't know how many years it was in a row, but at one point that streak of 20 wins was pretty high. And so I know that one stings a little bit, but a great year for these guys, and they did battle, and the future is great here. Being your first year in the RMAC and not knowing what to expect and all the intangibles that go into it, great season. I think they won over a lot of fans. They won over a lot of support from the community. They always handle themselves well. I see the work that they're doing in the classroom and couldn't compliment them enough on the type of men that they are and how they represent themselves, their families, and university. So hats off to a great team and a great season, and hopefully we can keep this thing going a little bit.
As always, we have the funnest. Is that a word? Is that my English teachers might cringe? You're an English teacher. You're going to cringe. You're going to call me out on it. The most fun job in the arena. We get to call the action and be a part of every single play, and hard to believe that for me year 4 is come and gone, and looking forward to hopefully more basketball. These guys being able to play more this season, and then gearing up for one more year in the RMAC next season, and then big things ahead. So Mike, appreciate you being along for the ride all season long. It's been your insight to the game and the way you see it has added tremendously to the broadcast, and it's been a fun ride, and hopefully we can continue it next year as well.
Oh, thank you, Carrick. I've absolutely loved this. This has been very therapeutic for me. So thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity. I've had a great year and enjoy working with you.
We want to also thank the CEC TV crew, Marcus, Lauren, James, and their whole crew of students. I can never get all their names. I think one night they texted me and was able to, but they put in so much time, and we get such a quality product, and so we appreciate them and their hard work. Appreciate Martin back in the Radio Dixie 91.3 FM studio for getting us on the air, keeping us on the air all night long. Thank all of you for listening all throughout the season. Heartbreak tonight, tough one. We keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully on Sunday when those names are popping up, or maybe it's Monday morning. I keep saying Sunday, but maybe it's Monday morning.
Sunday night.
Hopefully Dixie State's name will pop up as the 8 seed in that tournament. At that point, you don't care what seed. You just want to go in. You want to keep playing, and hopefully we see it this weekend, and they're able to go play next week in the NCAA tournament. Appreciate everyone for listening. It's been a fantastic season. For Mike Olson, I'm Carrick Segmiller. Have a good night, everybody.